All right, testing. Peace. This is Moriah Kobe and ITFTR Network. Happy Shabbat to each one of you. Make sure everything is on. Let's make sure everything is on. Oh yeah, we good. All right, all praises. We thank the Creator for bringing us to another Shabbat. Happy Shabbat to each one of you. We thank the Creator for bringing us to this point. But before I even go any further, let me blow the shofar. We thank the Creator for bringing us to this point and allowing us to be able to see another Shabbat. Like I say, what is the Sabbath? 6 days we supposed to be working. 6 days. What are we working on? We're working on the shortcomings that we see, identify, and understand within self. So we begin to work on those shortcomings. Then on the Sabbath, we supposed to celebrate the achievements that we have mastered or learned to, I'm using the word, learn to control in order to be able to finish mastering that which we struggle with. So until that's what the Sabbath is about. We work on self, identify, understand, master, celebrate, progress. That's the Sabbath. Shalom to happy Shabbat to Brother Joel Smith. And also happy Shabbat Shalom to Sister Latoya G. We'll put the link in the chat. We're going to finish on the house, because in order to build a family, a community, the house must be mastered. Okay, the house must be mastered. Sister Latoya G, come on up. So the house must be mastered in order for mastery to happen within life of self. So we have to make sure that as we begin to see progress within self, that we begin to exercise that which we have mastered. We should not be sitting here struggling into the same position in what we have mastered. We should never see ourselves in the same position next week. We should see progress and growth. That's how you know you're getting close to the Sabbath. All right? But until then, we are in a fallen state. None of us are perfect. We're striving to be perfect. Perfect just simply means mature, and some of us are mature in many areas, but not all areas. So happy Shabbat Shalom to each one of you. Make sure as when you come into the building, you press that like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel and you like what you heard, press that subscribe button. And tonight, let's share the page and let others know that we're here. So let's share the page, family. Let's share the page. And that's what we asked. That's what I asked for tonight. Also, if you haven't seen part 1 through 4, I advise you to go back to identify and listen to part 1 through 4. A lot of information in it. We're dealing with self, and now we have moved all the way up to the house. Okay. So without no further ado, family, we're going to get into part 5, because a lot of us we don't understand that if your house is out of order, you can't be blessed. And I know we've been sitting here thinking about saying, "Oh, I'm blessed through Jesus," or "I'm blessed through JC or Yahushua Yahweh." No, if your house messed up, you ain't got no blessing, family. It's just simple as that. Your blessings comes through your house, and your blessings comes through your children. I read that on last week. Okay. Let me go back and I can reiterate the scripture on last week. Exodus. That's Exodus 21:17. Okay. Well, that's one of them. Because we have to be very mindful that the house is where your blessing comes from. The house is where your blessing comes from. Your blessing don't come from no other place but your house. Okay? So, one of the scriptures to show you that is Exodus 21:17. It says, "And he that curses his father or his mother shall be surely put to death." Now, we'll say, "Well, I don't supposed to be saying all kind of manners to my mother or my father." Well, no, that's not true. If your mother and father is out of order, you have the right to correct them. Okay? You have the right to correct your mother and father if they are out of order. You don't supposed to allow your mother and father to operate, especially when you know the law. You don't supposed to allow them to operate out of order in front of you. Because if you allow anybody, especially your mother and father, to operate out of order in front of you, they're putting a curse upon you with that out of orderness. So let's get into it, and then we're gonna put up number 5. Deuteronomy 21:18-21. Deuteronomy, the 21st chapter, will show you that your children is your blessings. Deuteronomy 21:18-21. So let's get this right here real quick. Deuteronomy 21:18-21, and I'm gonna show you that your children is your salvation. Oh, that's not it. Hold on. Make sure I grab it real quick. Oh, that's not it. That's talking about judgment when your child is out of order. And everything you did, you stone them. Give me a second. I'm gonna make sure I get it real quick. Give me 1 second. I got to find it. Make sure this is it right here. Your children is your salvation. I promise you tonight, it's gonna be a live one tonight. Get your popcorn, because it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one tonight, family. I promise you that one. Females, understand what's getting ready to come your way tonight. Proverbs 30:17. Let me make sure that's it. No, that's not it. That's the last one. I'll come back to it. But let's go ahead and get into part 5. Part 5 is we're going to start at sirach. Part 5 is sirach, the 3rd chapter, and we're going to pick up at verse 4. We're going to pick up at verse 4. Sirach, the 3rd chapter. We're gonna pick up at verse. We're gonna pick up at verse 4. Shalom, shalom, Sister Latoya G. You want to say something before we start?
Shalom. No, I'm getting my figure out.
All right.
You said about the 3rd chapter?
Yes, Sirach, the 3rd chapter. We're gonna pick up at verse 4. I don't know what's going on with the computer tonight. All right, Sirach, the 3rd chapter. We're going to start at verse 4. This is what it says. Here we go. It just came through. All right, all praises. All right, so Sirach, the 3rd chapter, verse 4, it says, and he that honoreth his mother is as one that layeth up treasure. Okay? So I want you to think about that. I really want you to think about that. A child that honors his mother. You know, we always talk about the father you're supposed to honor the father, but in verse 4 it says that he that honoreth his mother is as one that layeth up treasure. Okay? Now, what is that treasure that is being laid up? What is that treasure? You see, that treasure is something that the mother teaches the child, especially the son, because the sons is going to be the next ones that give their seed to a female. So that treasure is advice to those sons, that is going to be the ones that give the seed away or give the seed to the female as a gift. So she will begin to teach those sons about the female, the different types of females, the different traps that a female could put you in. She would begin to teach her sons that, because she would want her sons to be put in a trap, whereas that they will produce the wrong seed from the wrong female. You see? So she would begin to talk about the different types of females that her son needs to be aware of. Because why? Because she won't her sons. Now, we're not talking about just any type of female. We're talking about a righteous female, a righteous wife. She will begin to talk and teach her son or her son about the different traps that a female can put him in or them in. Because she will want her sons to now mimic the foundation in which he came from, which is the father, who should be a righteous man. You see? So let's look at some of the treasures that the mother will give, or advice that the mother will give to her sons that she has authority over, according to verse 2. Let's stay in the book of Sirach and let's go to chapter 9. And let's look at chapter 9, Sirach, the 9th chapter. And let's look at some of the women that the mother will teach her sons to stay away from or to be aware of. Let's look at that. Let's look at some of these females that she actually will bring up. Okay, the first thing is that the mother would teach her son. Now I'm gonna kind of go into something here real quick. If you look at verse 1, it says, "Be not jealous over the wife of thy bosom. Be not jealous over the wife of your bosom. You see? She would teach her son not to be in competition with his wife, because a woman can draw attention greater than you can, men. A woman knows how to get attention. A woman knows how to make things happen, rather good or bad. You see? Don't compete against her. She's supposed to be on your team. So, man, you don't have to be jealous of a female that you're married to. You don't have to be. She's supposed to already be on your team. So if she's supposed to be on your team, shalom, shalom, brother Shavar. Make sure you press that like button as you come in, and press that share button as well. You don't have to compete with her, be in competition against her. You don't have to be. She's on your team, family. So that's the first thing that the mother would tell her sons: do not be in competition over the wife of your bosom. You see? She don't need to be a threat to you. Because see, a lot of times men, if a woman is beautiful, she become a threat. Because you'll be thinking about, oh, she be talking and she can talk to this person, she can talk to that person, this person gonna like her, blah, 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 blah. No, no, no. You don't have to be jealous over that woman. Especially if she's your wife, you don't have to be jealous of her. You don't. You don't have to be in competition. You see that? Do not compete with your wife. Don't do that. That's the first thing that the mother would teach her sons. Okay? See, in order for you not to compete with her, you must learn her first. You have to learn your wife. It's the next thing that she would teach her son. Don't be jealous over her. Don't be competing against her. You have to learn her. Okay? But men, it is not your job. It's not your job. Watch this. It's not your job to make the female a wife for you, for or to you. It's not your job to make that woman your wife. Because when you're trying to make her your wife, you're competing to make her something that she may not be. I want y'all to pay attention to this. This is what the mother would start off telling her sons. Do not compete with your wife. The husband and wife must learn each other. Okay? They must learn each other. And men, is not your job to make the female a wife for or to you. Watch this. Some people say, well, how would she know me then? Then let's talk about it. You're supposed to know her father and mother and her parents life supposed to be in the same realm as your father and mother. Let's talk about it. Let's have this conversation. Her mother, her household supposed to be on the same footing as your household. How that go? Supposed to be on the same footing. This is how Genesis 2:23 and 24. Let's pull that up real quick. This is how this will work. Genesis 2:22 and 23 will actually work. Otherwise, it would not work. Genesis 2:23 and 24. And Adam said, "This is now the bone of my bone, the flesh of my flesh, and she shall be called woman because she was taken out of man." Now, people say, "Well, that's allegorical." See, the mother and the father, that you know that they are of the same people. They are of the same nation, they're of the same tribe. Because that's why verse 24 says, "Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife. They shall become what? One." Well, when he leave his father and mother and cleave unto his wife, where's his wife at? His wife is at her parents' house. And the cleaving is because they welcome him in. Because they are of the same lifestyle. You see how that works? They're not of a different lifestyle. They are of the same, the houses are the same. So when the son leaves his father and mother, he goes over to where the woman is. See, it's as if he never left home. That's the only way Deuteronomy 22 and Deuteronomy 2:20, Genesis 2 and 24 will actually work. The family have to be on the same page from the man and the female, the male and the female. The parents have to be of the same house. Because that son, when he marries into a family, he's expanding the both families. See, this is what happens. So now, when that man leaves and cleaves, he become one flesh with who? His wife. The two shall be they shall be one flesh. That's why Jethro followed Moses with his daughter. Because the woman's house should be the same as the male's house. I'm saying it slow for a reason because I want you to catch it. And that's when Deuteronomy 22:5. Let's go there real quick. Deuteronomy 22:5. It says the woman. Oh, that's not it. Hold on. Deuteronomy 24:5. Salakia. Deuteronomy 24:5. That's why when you'll get this law. It says, when a man has taken a new wife, he shall not go out to war, neither shall he be what? Charged with any what? Any businesses. But he shall be free at home 1 year, and shall cheer up his wife which he has taken. Now, what is he cheering her up with? People say, well, they're having sex. Yeah, they're gonna have sex. But he's cheering her up because he is getting to know her as well as she's getting to know him. He don't have to teach her to be his wife. Because they are of the same people. So therefore, she's going to understand her purpose to that male. Notice it didn't say he's teaching her. Look what it says. But he shall what? Be free at home 1 year, and shall cheer up. It didn't say teach her. He's going to cheer her up. They're going to have a good time. Now, you can say that's a form of teaching. Yes, that's a form of teaching. But what I'm saying is she already knows. She's supposed to already come in knowing how to be a wife to him because they are of the same house. They are of the same custom. If a man have to teach a woman how to be a wife to him, that's telling you that that woman was failed, or that man don't know he's outside of who he's supposed to be with. I want you to hear this tonight. See, a lot of people, they get into different situations because they don't understand the purpose of themselves. So when a person don't understand the purpose that they're supposed to present to to a situation, then they'll crash. I want y'all to pay attention to this video right here. I want y'all to give me your commentary on this. Turn the music down. So let's ride. Shalom, shalom. This is not my material. I don't claim the rights to this material. This is for teaching and educational purposes only. So this is under the Fair Use Act. So shalom, shalom. Let's ride. Let's ride. This is called women don't want to build with a man, but want to take from the man. But I want y'all to hear this sister very closely, okay? I want y'all to hear her. Listen to what she say. Let's go.
In response to a woman who commented on another woman who's doing this video. This is part 2. I did part 1. If you need to build with your husband, ladies, his mother failed him. His daddy failed him. His whole family and generation failed him. It is not your job to build your husband or to build with him. This is my gorgeous son, Michael Thompson Jr. Isn't he gorgeous? Let me tell you. No woman will have to build my son or build with him or fix him up or give him nothing. You know why? I'm the woman in his life that should be doing that. And when I'm done, he will go find him a nice Christian black wife to marry, provide for, and take care of the same way his daddy is taking care of me that I didn't build with, and his grandfather took care of his grandmother that she didn't build with. Do not build with a man. You are not a construction worker, beloved. Don't do it. Y'all don't.
Do you agree with that? Sister Latoya, you agree with that? She said don't build with the man. She said you're not a construction worker. That's what she say. She said don't build with the man. He's just supposed to take care of you. Where's that at in the Bible? That a man just supposed to take care of a woman. The woman don't supposed to build with the man. Is she's out of scripture or is she's in scripture? Let me play it again.
Want to build with a man, but you want to take from him. This is in response to a woman who commented on another woman who's doing this video. This is part 2. I did part 1. If you need to build with your husband, ladies, his mother failed him.
So if you have to build with the man, his mother failed him. Let's start right there. Is that true? Brother Shava say you never know what can happen. You can have it you can have it and lose it. So is she supposed to just leave and not build? Brother Shava say that's not true. Sister Latoya, what you say?
She crazy. No, that's if the woman don't have to build with the man, how's she gonna be to help me?
Well, that's true.
That defeats the purpose. It sounds like then the way she's saying it makes the man the servant. She's the master, like he's just there to serve her.
But you see how the modern female has it today? The man's supposed to build and she just enjoyed what the man build. And like you said, she's supposed to be to help me. What is she helping if she's not doing anything to help him? She said his mother failed him. Let's finish. Let's finish it up. Let's go.
daddy failed him. His
She says his daddy failed him.
whole family and generation failed him.
She says the whole family and generations failed him. If he need a woman to help him build. And she's on the internet teaching. And got a whole bunch of people following her. You see?
Hey, Jacob, I got a question.
Go ahead.
So, like, did that you think that like played with the whole Genesis curse?
Yes.
That like the curse from Eve to Eve, also to Adam, right?
Yes.
When you get the curse to Adam, so wait a minute, that's Genesis 3:17. And to Adam he said, because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife, and hast eaten of the tree which I commanded thee, saying, thou shalt not eat of it, cursed is the ground for thy sake, in sorrow shalt thou eat of it all the days of thy life. So I mean, the man is already gonna have to work extra hard just to put food on the table. Like his life is already gonna be hard, But it's gonna be that much harder if you got a woman out there, she's not a helpmeet, and she's like working. That's like a slave. So you
Right.
fighting against that. That's how that curse comes into play. That's how that curse like comes to fruition.
But you see how you just took the scripture and you opened it up and saw what she was saying? But a lot of people will listen to what she says, don't help the man.
And then also with the woman too, and like Genesis 3:16, the woman, he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow, which means like pain and hardship, right? And thy conceptions means you're gonna get pregnant more. In sorrow and pain and hardship, thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire. Well, if your husband, if he's the one that's doing everything and you're just sitting back, that's why a lot of women complain about not having a voice, not having to say so, not having this and that. If you had, especially if you're in that type of situation where you're not a helpmeet, he's gonna look at you like, what do you get an opinion for? Why do I have to listen to you? Like, what do you bring to the table? Why do I have to value you? He's
That's
gonna roll
right.
over you.
That's right. That's right. Brother Shava say the sad part is building is not only financial. When we are to build, we are to be raising our children and building them also. Modern women only think financially when you talk about building. That's correct. They only talk financial materialism. That's a modern woman. That's why she say his whole generation failed him, because her son, a woman, is not going to come in to help him build. Well, what is she going to help him do? See, this is what we're talking about, that the mother's supposed to teach the sons. So she's already teaching her son, well, you get all your stuff and you bring a woman in and you supposed to take care of her. Where's that in the scripture? That the man's supposed to take care of the woman. Where's that in the scripture? The woman ain't supposed to do anything. Where is that in the scripture? Because when Abraham's servant went to get a wife for Isaac, Rebekah was working. Where do we get this, that the man's supposed to do everything and the woman not supposed to do nothing? Where do we get this from? See, the mother's supposed to teach the sons who to put their seed in. And that's why the first thing the woman don't supposed, the mother always teach the sons not to be jealous over the woman, over the wife of their bosom, and teach her not an evil lesson against thyself. You don't tell or teach evil about her or against her. Don't talk bad about her. You see? Now watch this. Let's look at the next point. Verse 2. He says, give not thy sons unto a woman to set her foot upon thy substance. What that mean? We just heard the video. Give not thy soul unto a woman to set her foot upon thy substance. We're talking about a woman that just goes around using men. She's supposed to teach her son about women just wanting your wealth, your materials, your gains. This was she's supposed to teach her son or sons. Some women just want your substance. You see? I'm talking about women that uses men. Be careful for those type women. Verse 3. Meet not with a what? Harlot, lest thou fall into her snares. A harlot is a whore. Be careful, don't allow your sons, she's supposed to teach your sons to watch the women that are promiscuous with their bodies. Verse 4. Use not much what? Use not much the company of a woman that is a singer, lest thou be taken with what? Her attempts. I want you to pay attention to that. Do you understand that?
She charming.
Yes. She using her charm on you. She know how to hum. She know how to sing. Harmonize. Be careful with those type women. This what she's supposed. This where the mother would teach her sons. Verse 5. Gaze not on the maid, that thou fall not by those things that are what? Petitious of her. In her. A woman knows how to draw you in. You see, a woman knows how to draw you in. That is precious to her. She knows how to draw you in. She knows what you is attracted to. This what a mother would teach her sons, the type of women to look out for. Verse 6, give not thy soul with harlots, that thou lose not thy inheritance. Because you know why? That woman that's a whore, she knows how to use her body. And she'll make you bring her things. She'll make you give that seed up. And now your child is being raised by a whore. You'll lose your inheritance with that woman, that type of woman. Verse 7, look not round about thee in the streets of the city, neither wander in the what? Solitary places thereof. In other words, don't be going around to different places looking for a female. Don't just go into the obvious places, man, where you know women be hanging. Don't just do that. Because when you find a woman, you want to be in a particular specific place, not just wandering all over the place. Look not around about thee in the streets of the city, neither wander there in the solitary places thereof. Clubs, places where the crowd is at. That's where you want to find your wife. You want to find your wife where everybody is at? You see, the mother's supposed to teach the sons this. Verse 8, turn away thy what? Eye from a beautiful woman. Turn away your eye from a beautiful woman. And look not upon another beauty. You see that? Because if you look upon a beautiful woman and she catch your eye, you catch her eye, you hooked. You hooked. Because her beauty is gonna catch you, and now it's like Medusa. You're not turning into statues. You hooked. Methuselah.
Like Solomon.
Yeah, like Solomon. That's right. For many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman. because they allowed that woman's beauty to captivate them, to put them under a spell. This is what many men do. The beauty is now controlling that man. And that's when he becomes jealous of her. You see how they go? He becomes jealous of her beauty. And now he begins to want to fight. He begins to now compete. She's going to get a lot of attention. See, the mother's supposed to warn her sons about that. You see? For herewith love is kindled as a fire. That woman's beauty will set them on fire. I got to have her. Because now you're mesmerized and captivated by that woman's beauty. And now you can't think. The mother's supposed to teach her sons about that. And that woman, you can have some beautiful women, but they're garbage on the inside. And all you have now is a physical attraction, but no substance which guides her. Nothing. In verse 9, sit not at all with another man's wife, nor sit down with her in thy arms. Then it says, and spend not thy money with her. Oh, come on, computer. At the wine, lest thy what? Heart incline unto her, and so thorough thy thorough thy desire, thou fall into destruction. So she would tell her son, leave another man's wife alone. Don't even have a drink with her. You see? Don't even have a drink with her. So the type of women that the mother would teach the sons is about those that can use him, those that can use him, that want his substance, the singers, the one that knows how to use her charms, the maids, the beautiful woman, the ones that hang out in the streets and all over the place in the crowds. Don't look out for those type women. The beautiful ones, and another man's wife. Those the ones the mother would teach her sons this. So family, if we think about that, and if the mothers do their jobs, and the young men can identify these traps, a lot of women won't be doing what they're doing today. You still have some out there that will be doing it, but a lot of them will clean they will clean up their act. They're cleaning their act up. Let's go to Sirach 26:6 real quick. Sirach 26:6. It's imperative that the mothers teach the sons about the other women because they're the ones who are going to be giving their seed away in the future, supposedly. So Sirach 26:6 says, but a grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman. Let me read again. But a grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman, and a scourge of the tongue which communicateth with her all. The mother would teach the sons about jealous women. And the outcome of a jealous woman. The young man's supposed to know the pitfalls and how to protect his seed and who to give his seed to. But if the young man don't know how to protect his seed, he just give his seed to whoever. We're going to get into the daughters in a minute. Genesis 30:1. Genesis, the 30th chapter, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, when all these things are come upon thee, the blessings and the curse, which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations, whether the Creator, your power, has driven thee. Here we go. One of the things we're supposed to be calling to mind is that our sons don't supposed to just be putting seed in any type of female. Our daughters don't supposed to be taking seed from any types of men. So as we repent and we call to mind of these things of the house, we must now begin to fold ourselves back into that which we have destroyed. Let's go to Songs of Solomon. Songs of Solomon 8 and 6. Songs of Solomon 8 and 6. Because a lot of us, we didn't know. We kind of knew, we understood, we understood somewhat, but we didn't have the full understanding of it. Set me a seal upon my mind. Set me a seal upon my mind, as a seal upon my arm. For love is stronger than what? Death. Love is stronger than death. Jealousy is cruel as the grave. The coals thereof are what? Coals of fire, which has a most vehement flame. Seal the way you think and seal the things you do. Make it count. For love is stronger than death. Love is stronger than death. See, death, there's no movement. Love, there's an action. Some people think love is a noun. No, love is an action word. So doing something is greater than not doing anything at all. That's death. Jealousy is cruel as the grave. When you become jealous of something, you might as well be dead. Because all you're going to do is destroy. You're going to bring confusion and chaos. That's the grave. You see? Proverbs 27 and 4. Proverbs 27 and 4. See, the mother's supposed to be teaching her son the jealous trait. She's supposed to teach her son the life of what he's supposed to not accept in his realm. And if she don't teach her son any of these values, she failed him. Psalms 27 and 4. What is cruel? And anger is outrageous. But he who is able to stand before envy. But who is able to stand before anything that's jealous? Envy. Because anybody that's able to stand before anything that's jealous or envy, you're going to be standing before chaos and confusion. He's asking the question, who is able to do that? Proverbs 14 and verse 30. Proverbs 14 and verse 30. Who is able to stand before jealousy or envy? We have to make sure we come into the position to wanting the house built. And the mother she has a very critical role with her son. She has to be that first line of defense to teaching that young man what type of woman he's supposed to avoid. Proverbs 14:30. A sound heart is the life of the flesh. A sound mind is the life of the flesh. But envy, the rottenness of the bones. Envy destroys from the inside. See, we're supposed to give our young men a fighting chance. And our young women a fighting chance by teaching them the truth. But we just tell our children to go on out there and meet somebody. But we really don't take time up with our children to teach them the wisdom that will guide them into being excellent within life. We just tell them to go on out there and enjoy and then meet somebody. But they don't know who to avoid and how and why to avoid them. We will do that. Proverbs 16:34. I think I just read that. Hopefully I didn't. No. Proverbs 6:34. See, the mother's supposed to teach the sons and the daughters, mainly the sons, what they supposed to what? Avoid. Proverbs 6:34. For jealousy is the rage of a man. Jealousy is the rage of a man. Therefore, he will not spare in the day of vengeance. Meaning this man, when he becomes jealous, he will kill. He will injure. He don't have no control. He's not even thinking. Because he's now is moving and operating off of jealousy. And a lot of our men become jealous over females. And the last one is Job 5:2. Job 5:2. Job 5:2. For wrath killeth the foolish man. Wrath, anger, jealousy, envy. It kills a foolish man. And envy slayeth the silly one. because they're operating off feelings, emotions, attitude. That's why many people get caught in traps. Shalom, Brother Marcus. Shalom. Happy Shabbat. Make sure you press that like button and you press that share button as well. The wrath killeth the foolish man, and envy slayeth the silly one. They're operating off their feelings and their emotions, and their attitudes, which you can see through their behavior. The mother's supposed to teach the sons what type of female they supposed to avoid, as well as the daughter's supposed to know what type of men to avoid. But we just tell our children, going out there and meet somebody. Just going out there and meet somebody. These are some of the treasures of the woman when she gives that to her children, especially her sons. They will go out and be prepared at the females and not just run after every female that looks good that they think is better. They will know what female to pick to introduce their seed to. They will know this. And this is where a lot of our people break down at. This is where a lot of houses breaks down. Brother Marcus say that example is in Jubilees. Jacob talking to his mother. She gave instructions on the wife he was to marry. Correct. That's the mother's job. That's the mother's job, is to bring the instructions to the sons and let him know what type of females to avoid and what type of female to attract. But a lot of us, we don't get it. We don't teach our sons this, nor our daughters. We don't. So let me play this little clip right here one more time. And we're going to get into the next clip. Listen to this sister.
It is not your job to build your husband or to build with him. This is my gorgeous son, Michael Thompson Jr. Isn't he gorgeous? Let me tell you, no woman will have to build my son or build with him or fix him up or give him nothing. You know why? I'm the woman in his life that should be doing that. And when I'm done, he will go find him a nice Christian black wife to marry, provide for, and take care of the same way his daddy is taking care of me that I didn't build with, and his grandfather took care of his grandmother that she didn't build with. Do not build with a man. You are not a construction worker, beloved. Don't do it.
So she said that when she get finished building him, he would go out there, get a woman, and take care of her. She wouldn't have to do too much of nothing. Where's that in the scripture where the man just supposed to take care of the woman? What scripture is that? That the woman don't supposed to do nothing. Just sit back and the man he just take care of her. Where's that scripture? I've been asking that since the beginning. Now, if you say, well, that's part of our custom of what we created, that's fine. But if the Bible don't teach that, why are we teaching that? Because the Bible says that the woman is the helpmeet to the man. So if he's doing everything, what is the woman doing? What is she doing? Let's get into the next video. Where we at? Let's get into the next video. Fair use, fair use. This is not my material. I claim no rights to this material. Excuse me. This is under Fair Use Copyright Act of 1976. Let's get into it. This is for construction and teachers' purposes only. Let's go. This one is sister proves why more and more black women are no longer spending, black men are no longer spending money on black women. So let's go. Let's get into it. Fair use, fair use.
My dear brothers and sisters, I'm going to play a video and I'll be right back. Did y'all see how she was looking at him? Did y'all see how she was looking at him? To that woman, that brother is everything to her. She doesn't have to say it. She doesn't have to confess her love to him. Just the way she looks at him says it all. And why are we talking about that today? Well, because I always tell you guys, only date a woman that sees you as the prize. Okay? Quick story. In 2017, I met a sister, gorgeous sister. I remember when I asked her, hey, babe, what you feel like doing tonight? I don't care. I just want to be with you. Hey, babe, where you want to go eat at? It doesn't matter as long as we're together. Hey, babe, I want us to go on a trip. Where you want to go? It doesn't matter. I mean, this is how this sister was with me. When I go over to her house, her face lights up. When she comes over and I open the door, her face lights up. Everything we do, when I go to her job to take her to lunch, when she sees me, her face lights up. When I'm on set filming, she comes on set, she sees me, her face lights up. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, I can go 2-3 days without spending a dime on this woman. We can just chill at the crib, watch TV series, watch Game of Thrones, or watch Suits, because she likes Suits, a TV court drama. I mean, we can go a week without me taking her to dinner, without me taking her to movie, just her chilling with me. We sit on her couch, watch a TV show, or she comes over my place. We chill on the couch and watch a TV show. You understand what I'm saying? Now, why am I saying all that? Because a lot of time, fellas, we allow women to make us jump through hoops, okay? Brothers, whenever a woman is making you jump through hoops, whenever a woman is trying to make you prove yourself to her, whenever a woman is expecting you to spend money to get to know her, my brother, she doesn't want you. She doesn't want you. She is using you.
I could not be a man dating in 2025. You said you only date men that pay all your bills. I gotta go half with you on the rent to take you on a date. You don't cook. Oh, you can't cook. You need $1,000. You need me to pay for your BBL. Your homegirl said my chain fake. Your homegirl lived with her mama. What do you mean your car is on fire? You pregnant. Oh, you planned us a vacation? That's what's up. You need my credit card number. You need $3,000. Nah, baby, I like kids. I like it. 3 baby daddies.
Hello, welcome to Reactions and Reviews. I'm your humble.
So, family, I'm gonna pause it right here. We're getting into it now. Because, see, a lot of women play games. And a lot of men are waking up to the games. Because men, you have to make sure whom you giving your seed to. Let's get back into it.
She was right on the money. She was right on the money. And did you see how she was throwing the phone? Every time a woman says something crazy, that's how, my brothers, that's how you guys should be hanging up on her. When a woman demands something crazy, hang up on her and keep it moving. Because if she wants you, my brothers and sisters, like I told you with my story, if she wants you, I promise you, you don't have to spend a dime.
Men are not playing by the same rules. All men are not created equal. I made that video talking about D'Angelo's brother because I wanted to prove a point. A lot of times when I do stuff, it's to prove a point. I go back and forth arguing with dudes on this app all the time about handsome privilege, right? And how men are not created equal just like women are not. Men who are attractive, they do not play by the same rules as average men. They do not play by the same rules as very unattractive men, right? They get privileges that a lot of men will never get to experience. When men sit up talking about all men have to pay to play, no, they don't. Right? But this is something that you will never fully understand because you've never been in the place of an extremely attractive man. So in your mind, you just can't even conceptualize that there's men who just have to exist and women just throw themselves at them. But if you don't believe it, you can go through my comment section and you can clearly see on that video how women are when a man is attractive. And this is why I continuously tell men that physical attraction, sexual attraction is the best attraction that you can get from a woman. Dangling money in front of her will only make her use you. And if you want to be used, that's fine. I love that for you. But if you actually want a woman who, when she see you, she just wants you strictly off the fact that she's so attracted to you, that's a different level of attraction. That's the type of attraction a man should want. You shouldn't want her to have to think about all the things that you can do for her financially in order for her to get turned on. Right? She can't get turned on to even think about you in a sexual way unless she can think about all of the money and things that you can buy her versus she just look at you and she wants you. But again, y'all are not playing by the same rules. A lot of y'all will never get to experience that. You will never get to have women just off the strength of you looking the way you do. You will have to pay to play. You will have to be an exceptional man. You will have to be a top tier man in every aspect in order to get the same treatment that a man who is just simply attractive gets. And I know that's hard to accept, but we women have to accept it. We're not created equal. We don't all play by the same rules. There's a hierarchy when it comes to women. You're more attractive versus you're less attractive, and the benefits the more attractive ones get, the lower ones don't. The things that more attractive women can get away with that less attractive women can't. That's just what it is.
If you made it this far, hit that like button. And
So family. Go ahead. Go ahead, sis.
No, I agree with everything. She just said. Like, everything. But you know what, though?
What's that?
Also, just to add in, like when it comes to a female, it's what's attractive to her. Because you don't necessarily have to be attractive to other people. It's what she likes, what attracts her. If you attract her, then yeah, that's how it is. Like if you actually attract her and she like you and she wants you, yeah, you don't have to pay. You don't have to do none of that. She just like you and wants you. And it don't matter if other people don't like find you attractive. Because sometimes like a woman could be with a man and people can be like, well, he's ugly or he's not my type or whatever. But it don't matter. If she thinks that like you can be the most unattractive man in the world to most people, but if she finds you attractive, then that's all that matter. She gonna treat you like you the best looking man in the world.
That's right.
So
That's
it's
right.
all about what she. It's all about what she want, like what she look at.
Okay. Let's finish cooking. Let's finish cooking.
And leave a comment to trigger YouTube's algorithm. So hit that subscribe button and hit that bell to let you know every time I upload a new video. And there you have it, my brothers and sisters. And there you have it. You see, only a loser. Let me repeat, only a loser, yes, I said it. Only a loser will lead with his wallet. Only a loser will go out of his way to impress a woman. Only a loser will put a woman on a pedestal. Only a loser will become a simp.
She said, you guys lose us because you stopped doing what you did to get us once you got us. Really think about that. It sounds like it makes sense, but it doesn't. Why would I keep doing the things I did to catch a fish once I caught the fish? That's movie fairy tale thinking, like the honeymoon stage is gonna last the entire relationship. That's not real life. And that's exactly why you gotta like who likes you. If I had to jump through hoops to get her, then she never really loved me. She loved the entertainment from the performance. Now I'm stuck shucking and jiving like I'm in some fairy tale and she's the queen and I'm some court gesture trying to keep her entertained so she don't get bored and leave. That is why I only want the ones who choose me based on me, my energy, my presence, my mindset in real life. If I gotta play a character to keep you, I'm not living, I'm performing. And if that's the case, you're not mine. You're just here until the thrill wears off. But most of these women live in movie land. They expect constant excitement, nonstop stimulation, and if she doesn't get it, she's no longer happy. And somehow that becomes the man's fault. But here's the truth. If she thought I was her dream man, Chris Brown, Drake, she'd be happy every day she woke up just knowing she had me. Listen, I'm not no gesture here to perform for your daily amusement. If me and my real life are not enough for you to stay, then you don't like me enough anyway. So you should go find a man that you do, because the women who truly love me and want me don't need anything but me to be entertained. She don't want to do nothing but be around me. Do you want to go to the club? I don't care. I just want to be with you. Do you want to go to this event? I don't care. I just want to be with you. What you want to do tonight? It don't matter. Let's just be together. That's the only woman you should be trying to deal with. Otherwise, you're going to have to do all of these things just to keep.
Now, what do you guys think? Do you agree or do you disagree?
What you say? What you say about that, Sister Latoya?
I agree. I agree. I definitely. That's a hard life. That's a hard life to live. Like if she seen you and she met you and you looked a certain way, you had certain things, and you got to keep that going every single day. Like every single day, you can't have no off days. You can't have normal days. You know, that's a hard life to live.
You're a performer.
Yeah, you are. You basically are a performer. Like that's what Michael Jackson celebrities had to go through. Every time you see them, they got to be in action and character.
Mm-hmm.
There is no off days.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. So so that's why we have to we have to be very mindful who we choose to give seed to, because a lot of men gave their seed to a woman that just want to continue to see them performing. Think about that. Let's get into the next one. Excuse me. This is not my material. We still on the Fair Use Act. So fair use. This one right here. Let's kick it. Let's keep cooking. Hold on. Now let me get rid of this one right here. All right, here we go. All right, fair use. Let's get in this. Let's get in this one. Let's go. Man kicks out his wife after DNA test prove he's not the father of their child. Let's go. Let's kick it. Let's go. Let's keep cooking.
It says I'm not the goddamn father of a 5-year-old son and that 7-year-old daughter. How's that even possible? 2 children, both of them. Both of them. Both of them. Both of them. You out of here. You and your mom's out of here.
Honestly, for the guy here, it must just be heartbreaking to hear this news. But her reaction is even worse, and she just tries to deflect all of the blame from herself. But anyway, guys, today we have some of the craziest moments where husbands confront their wives and expose them with DNA tests. And somehow it gets worse and worse throughout the video, so you won't want to miss a single bit.
I'm gonna ask this shit one time. What? When you was gonna tell me that our youngest ain't mine?
Oh.
Don't play with me right now, Kia. I swear. Your baby daddy told me that our youngest is not mine, Kia.
See, why do you have to go and be messy like that? First of all, you already knew that.
Hey.
Whoa. Hell no.
Yeah, what you got?
No, I just said, dang, I'm scared. Yeah, I'm
Let's keep cooking it. Woo.
No. Yeah, I signed the birth certificate, so how I'm supposed to know, kid, that it ain't my kid?
The father. So what do you mean?
Why didn't you tell me that he wasn't mine, kid? Why did you have me believing that he was mine the whole time?
Because at the end of the day, you knew that me and his dad were sleeping together.
Kid, I didn't know that. How did I know that? We was in a whole relationship.
Because we had separated at one time, and I went to go stay over there. You didn't think that I was over there sleeping with him the whole time?
No, because you told me y'all didn't have nothing else going on.
He's not yours. And yeah, I knew the whole time.
Yo, go get this little shit out my house right now. No. Get your shit and get out.
So I don't know why she brought up the fact that she was sleeping with another guy and acted like her husband was supposed to know that. That's honestly the craziest part of this whole video. I don't know how you could just admit to that so casually. I don't know how you could admit to that so casually and just bring it up like nothing happened. And it's even sadder that she doesn't seem to be too ashamed of herself.
Hello. What? 3 sons is not ours. 3 sons. 3. 11, 12, and 10. But guess, before you even say anything, what I did, because I'm a smart young man. No. What I did, hold on. Let me tell you what I did. I called the school. I canceled my tuition checks. That's not going to happen.
Yes! Hell yeah!
We supposed to renew this lease in January. Guess what? I let the landlord know I'm not renewing the lease. I don't know where you guys are going to live. I am not taking care of you with 3 kids is not mine. I'm not going to argue with you. What I'm going to tell you is this. I don't know where you guys going in 3 weeks. Once January hit, I am not renewing the lease. I'm not paying no goddamn school tuition. Take me to court. Take me to court. No, you're right. I'm not kicking you nowhere. I'm not renewing the lease. I'm not renewing the lease. That's what I'm not doing.
Okay.
That's what we're not doing.
Well, I'll figure it out.
They figure it out. No, they're not. That paper says different.
What you have time?
No, wait, I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm leaving. You can have this place. You can have the clothes. I'm good. Goodbye.
This is probably the saddest video yet because she lied to him for at least 12 years. And not only that, but he did so much for her, like paying her tuition, which obviously, as we know, in America is not cheap. But this next video, guys, is probably gonna absolutely shock you.
What could this be? It's not shaking. It's not my necklace, I don't think. Let's open this up. Ooh, it feels kind of thick. Okay, hold on. It may be. Hey, this better be a ticket to Dubai for 2 weeks straight, round trip. Because you know I've been wanting to go to Dubai.
Open it up. Yeah, read it.
Here's why you choose my firm if you're hurting.
Why the commercial is here, family. This is why it's very, very, very important to pay attention, because a lot of these women will trap you. Okay? They will trap you, family. Let's get back into the video.
What is this?
You know what it is? I just want you to know that I know. Nevaeh is not mine. She's not my daughter.
Why did you do this tonight out of all nights? Why?
Because I wanted you to know that I know Nevaeh is not mine. I've had doubts.
What
so we got
doubts?
a DNA test. Nevaeh is not mine. She's not my daughter.
Why would you do this? She loves you though. Why would you do this?
She's not my daughter. Why would you do this? Why would you cheat?
I didn't cheat.
Why would you cheat on me?
I didn't.
That's proof right there. DNA test. Nevaeh is not my daughter.
Oh, babe, really? Out of all days, you had 3 years to give this to me. Now you want to give this to me?
All right, listen. You and Nevaeh got to the end of the month to get out of my house.
You're kidding, right?
I'm not kidding.
But that's your
and
daughter.
your daughter had to the end of the month to get out of my house.
But that's
Kelly.
your daughter.
It's not my daughter, Kelly.
Yes, it is.
The paperwork says it's not my daughter.
Why would you do this?
I am not the father.
No. Stop, babe. Can we just talk? Get the camera out my face. Can we just talk?
So of course, when she gets confronted about it, now she wants to talk about it without the cameras on. I guess since he had 3 years to talk about it with her, she also had 3 years to talk about it with him.
Made a mistake, and this is probably going to destroy my marriage. But how do I tell him that our 3 kids are not biologically his? For context, my husband is an amazing man. Bought me this beautiful house, these wonderful rings, nice cars. He treats me and our kids amazingly. He's never cheated on me. He's just always been a good man. But the guilt is eating me alive, honestly. On days like this, it really gets the best of me, and I don't know how to resolve this problem. I mean, I'm scared he's gonna divorce me, and then what? Then I lose everything. Like, how am I gonna lose all the stability that I have? So I'm just really looking to see if anybody else has been in the situation and can give me some advice. I already know some of you are going to judge me and assume the worst of me, but I'm really a good person. I'm not going to let this mistake times 3 define me, because in my heart, I love my husband.
So obviously, as she said, she loves her husband, and apparently she isn't a bad person. I'm not so sure about that. Now, posting this on the internet for everybody to see instead of going to a marriage counselor is beyond me. But honestly,
but notice she has 3 children that's not his, but she says she's not a bad person. But she don't want to lose the stability that he's given her. You see? This is why it's very careful what the mother's supposed to teach the sons. But let's keep cooking.
if I was him, I don't think there's any saving this marriage. But guys, this last video is absolutely wild, so make sure you don't miss it.
So the baby ain't mine, huh?
What do you mean?
Oh my God. I hear with that, man. Bruh.
No, this isn't right.
So I know who the father is. Who's the father? What you looking at him for? Is there something you want to tell me?
No.
I know what the paper tells me. Admit it to me.
I'm not admitting to nothing. He's yours.
You been sleeping with my wife, bro? I know you're not trying to say it. That paper says that boy is yours. What do you mean? Bruh, one of y'all got to explain something to me.
He's yours.
Stop playing. You play too much, bro. I'm not playing, okay? That talk. Calm down. Chill out. Well, don't tell me to calm down. What?
So honestly,
now see, and that's another point. You see, his best friend was banging up his girl or his wife. That's why it tells you to stay away from another man's wife. And he got her pregnant. Let's keep cooking.
I think this man stayed pretty calm given the circumstances. I know if I was in this man's shoes, it would be pretty hard to just calm down and chill out. But guys, just wait to see this next video.
It's in it. No, it's in it. I ran out of boxes, I promise. It's in there. That's the last. It's inside of there, I promise.
Oh, okay.
Look in there. Yeah. Yeah.
What is this?
DNA test report. Yeah. 0% paternity probability. Yeah. Yeah. Our son? Nah, yeah, that's not me. This right here say my son ain't my son. And you ain't even got nothing to explain because this explained it already. Yeah, matter of fact, no, it's not. Go to the next page. I'm going to show you how much I'm joking. I'm going to show you divorce settlement agreement. Divorce settlement. I already pre-made it up. Divorce agreement. It's up. You know what that means. That means we over with. We over with. Get out my house. Get out my house.
So this man took it a step further by not only getting a DNA test, but also getting the divorce papers at the same time. And honestly, I think that's exactly what he should have done because when this happens, it's pretty hard to make up.
It says I'm not the goddamn father of a 5-year-old fucking son and that 7-year-old daughter. How's that even possible? How's that possible? Yeah, wake up. Wake up. Wake up. No. What you're about to do is open that goddamn paper up. What I'm going to tell you right now is this. You and your mother and these 2 kids, I don't give a goddamn. I just fucking opened it. You, your mom, and these 2 kids, you're damn right not the father of these 2 children. Both of them. Both of them. Both of them. Both of them. You out of here. You and your mom are out of here. You're out of here. Out. Out.
So not only did this man provide a shelter for his wife, but also his wife's mom and their 2 kids. And sadly, for doing that, he got lied to and cheated on for God knows how long.
What's up is why you've been lying to me for 11 years, telling me that DJ is my real son. Why you been lying to me?
What have I been lying about?
I got a DNA test done.
A DNA saying what?
Saying that he's not my son.
Let me see this DNA test.
You don't need to see it. I saw it.
How DNA test gonna say?
How you gonna be lying to me for 11 years? Why would you do that to me?
Where's the lie?
The lie is you. You are the lie. You have been lying to me for 11 years, having me believe that my son that I've been raising for 11 years is not really my son. Like, how could you do that to me? Like, what can you say for yourself right now?
What made you get a DNA test?
Because I went through your phone. Talking about me, laughing and bragging, telling your friends that I have no idea that he's really not my son. So I went and got a DNA test done. Like, you think I'm stupid or something? Like, how could you do this to me?
You know what?
What?
I had no business going through my phone and getting
You care more about me going through your phone than you lying to me about my son not being mine? Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me right now? You care more about being humiliated and me finding out that our son is not really my son and that he has a different father. I sure have, because I thought he was my son. Because you've been lying to me this whole time.
What are you talking about? Does it matter?
It does matter. Are you crazy? What do you mean? It absolutely matters. Like, you don't see anything wrong with what you did? You don't see anything wrong with what you did?
Family, if right now, so far, every woman that got caught have yet not taken accountability. Let's keep cooking.
You've been lying to me. You've been sitting here lying to me for 11. Of course I love him, but I can't. But you guys can't stay. You can't stay here anymore.
So for 11 years not to know that you're not actually the father, his reaction is absolutely warranted. Honestly, he probably feels like he just wasted 11 years of his life, even though it's not really like that, and obviously he still loves his son. It's still a heartbreaking feeling to find out that you've been lied to for 11 years.
So you know for certain that Dreani is your child's father?
Yes. I'm 99.99999% sure. I'm ready.
Please read it out loud for me.
Braden is not my biological son. Oh my God. Oh my God.
That cannot be right.
It says that right there.
So, Brandy, Dreani is not the father of your child.
It's
Brandy.
no other possibility.
Well, clearly there is.
Brandy.
That can't be right.
It's
Come
correct.
on, Karamo.
Brandy, what
This stuff has kept me up at night, Karamo. I'm being honest. It's kept me up at night. My feelings have hurt. As a man, I've pain in my body.
I gotta tell you, I'm absolutely shocked right now.
Because I'm 100% absolutely an incredible father. And like I said, regardless of how I deal with women sometimes, I try to be a decent man. And I want to be a better man.
There's no other possibility. I don't understand what's going on.
So for this to be exposed and happen on live television is honestly tragic. You know, this woman's whole family, her parents, her coworkers, everybody is going to see this. And in the back of her mind, you got to think that she probably was thinking that this would happen and this would be a possibility. So I'm surprised she even decided to go on live television.
Hurry up before he get in here.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, babe, what are you doing home?
I got something for you. Yep.
It's light, so it gotta be my keys. Say you got me that car.
I got something better than that. Take it out. Check it out. Show it.
Why would you?
Same thing I said. I'm at work. I got 2 jobs.
But babe,
I'm busting my ass for you. This is what you doing?
Wait, let me talk to you.
Don't talk to me. Don't babe me. None of that. I've been literally working hard. And I'm sitting here thinking something wrong with my junk. Whole time you making...
Stop recording me. Stop filming me.
Recording, film.
Stop doing it.
Hell. I'm going to let everybody know what you're doing. This is why my mama told me not to get with you.
So now it shows how you really feel.
How?
You the whole time.
Queen, don't try to flip this on me, man. See, this is what you always do. You always don't even take responsibility for what you do out here, Queen.
This is our anniversary.
It was. Ain't no more anniversary.
I honestly have no idea what the reason of bringing up their anniversary at the end there was. I don't think anybody would want to go ahead and celebrate an anniversary after hearing that information. And the fact that she tried to put the blame onto him is just insane. I don't know how you could have absolutely no morals to do that on somebody's anniversary. On to the next video though.
How can a man walk away from a child that he has been raising for 3, 5, 10, 15 years simply because the DNA test shows that he's not the biological father? Hear me out here. I'm not being insensitive. I know that his world has just been turned upside down. I know he feels betrayed. He's devastated. I empathize. I sympathize with his predicament. However, how is one able to walk away from a child that one has bonded with, loved, nurtured, poured blood and sweat into, simply because the DNA test shows that you're not the biological father? I understand getting rid of the wife or the girlfriend. The word I actually want to use starts with a W and rhymes with sure. Get rid of the W. But the children or the child, the innocent child, it is flummoxing to me. Now, I'm not a man and I do not know how this impacts men. I also know that there's deep shame. But were I in that predicament, of course I would be devastated. I'd be hurt and betrayed. But then I'd let the children know or the child know. You may not be my biological child, but you're still my child. I love you. You're my child in my heart. I've bonded with you. I've raised you. So nothing changes.
So I think the main problem here is that she did not talk about the future of that man whatsoever, because after he spent years raising a child and finds out that it's not actually his child, I don't know what she expects him to do in terms of just staying with the same woman. Obviously, eventually he would want to move on and find another wife. And she completely doesn't talk about the fact that the actual father has not been in their lives at all and has not had to do any of the raising.
You got the audacity, bruh. Still be in my house and she pregnant by another dude.
Why does it matter? You with different girls all the time.
What you mean? What you mean?
You with different women all the time.
I ain't with no different women all the time. And if I was, I ain't got nobody pregnant though. I ain't got nobody pregnant though. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You gotta get out of my house. You gotta get out of my house. You gotta get out of my house. All that stuff coming out. It's gonna be all that stuff gonna be out. Hey, don't walk up on me. Everybody gonna see this too. This what it look like, bruh. She wanna stay in my crib and she pregnant by another dude. Oh man, hey.
Honestly, the fact that she said it does not matter is the worst part, because it doesn't seem like she's sympathetic at all, and she's only sad because she can't be using him to stay over a roof. Kudos to this man, honestly, for kicking her out. Anyway, guys, that was the end of the video. I hope you
What you say, Sister Latoya?
I don't know. That sounds deep. Like, that's different. That sounds deep. I don't know. I mean, that's like the worst, because you not only destroyed the man. They kept talking about the man, but what about the kids? You know, when you take on to someone, they're finding out that's not your dad.
Right, and then you got to think about it. You've been thinking that that was your child all the time. And come to find out it's not your child. That's devastating.
Yeah, I commend all those men, though, because I don't know what happened when they cut the cameras off, but the fact that on the camera, I didn't see none of them hit the women. Like, I commend all them for that. I couldn't believe it. I was kind of scared watching at first, because I thought somebody was going to get slapped or something. I mean, you know, like, it was just even the case where this man killed his wife or killed somebody on live. He got on live and killed his wife, his girlfriend, fiance. I don't know exactly what she was to him, but he killed her on the live. Like, so just because somebody recording don't mean you're safe. That don't keep you safe.
Right.
But something like that, I mean, I don't condone, like, definitely don't condone to push domestic violence. I'm just saying, like, out of all the domestic violence cases out there, you know, I'm just surprised that didn't happen.
Right. But that's what the mothers see. These are the type women that the mother's supposed to teach the sons about, so as that they will not get trapped into these type females. See, we don't just supposed to just tell our children to go out and just go meet somebody. No, you're supposed to tell them about the traps that's out there. Because you got a lot of these women, and that's why I named the type women in Sirach, the 9th chapter, that you're supposed to actually pay attention, and the mother's supposed to teach her sons about. Because it's very vital when a man gives his seed to a female, what type of female that female is. You see? So let's get into the next video. We still on the fair use. We still on the fair use. All right. Let's ride. Let's ride.
Like, if you a struggling guy, you broke. But if you a struggling woman, you strong and independent. Now, if a guy going on double dates and so forth, oh, he's cheating. Now, if a woman going double dates, oh, her options is just open. If a lady break up with a man, oh, she deserved better. But when a man break up, oh, he wasted her time. Huh? When a guy is rude, he's toxic. But when a lady is rude, it's mood swings. Be a plus size guy, they gonna call you fat, Biggie Smalls, all types of shit. Now if you a plus size woman, oh, you just chubby, little chunks, like, Woman set standards, oh, that's just preference. A man set standards, oh, he's a narcissist. What? Make it make sense. This is some delusional feminist. Like, I don't get it. Really feel for y'all men, because it's like y'all can't have nothing. Like and I'm a woman saying this. Like, I feel y'all. Like, I really feel y'all on this one. Like, this is like, what?
Now, I played that for a reason. And the reason why I played that is because to understand why we are here, if you're a black man and this is what you are facing in the dating market, I want us to rewind to understand how we got here, okay?
Why buy a new computer when you...
All right, let me let the commercial roll by. That's right. Let's keep cooking.
The absent black father, a lie, was born, sold, and still profits, from chains to character. You heard the black stereotype. Black fathers are missing. What if I told you it's one of the longest running lies in American history, built brick by law by law? It has its roots in Reconstruction. After the Civil War, slavery was abolished, but white power structures needed a new way to control black bodies, especially black men. That's when the myth of the black brute emerged, a violent, uncontrollable male figure, a threat to the white women, white property, and white supremacy, a perfect excuse for lynching, voter suppression, and recriminalizing black existence. So began the rise of black codes, criminalizing vagrancy, lordery, or talking back, chain gangs, and convict leasing, which funneled thousands of freedmen back into forced labor, media propaganda like Birth of a Nation in 1950, which portrayed black men as rapists and savages, sparked Klan revivals and national hysteria. Let's be clear, the dangerous black man was a social fear. It was a deliberate invention designed to justify surveillance, separation, and systemic exclusion. From danger to derelict. As the 20th century progressed, white American story about black men evolved from the violent criminal to the irresponsible father. This was a PR pivot, not a progress story. Enter the Moynihan Report in 1965, where the U.S. government said the fundamental problem is family structure. That's rich considering the Jim Crow laws dismantled black wealth and community. The GI Bill excluded black vets. Public housing split families, and welfare rules forced men out of the home to qualify It's not the black men weren't present, it's that they were systematically punished for being there. The stereotype of the absent black father replaced black brute, but kept the same function. The black people for inequality, the justified disinvestment over policing and mass incarceration to distract from the real problem, structural racism within this PR. Let's look at 2013. The CDC study again, yes, the government one. Black dads are more likely than white and Hispanic dads to eat meals with their kids, help with homework, bathe and dress their kids, read to them, and yet the myth persists. Why? Because the lie is convenient. It absolves policymakers, it fuels TV crime dramas, and it lets racism dress up like a concern for children. This isn't about missing fathers. It's about missing accountability for systems that created this myth and the receipts that prove it. It's a lie. Follow for more truths, culture buried under centuries of fear and bad headlines. Peace.
Hello, welcome to Reactions and Reviews. I'm your humble host, Eze. Thank you, and I hope.
So if you paid attention to what he was saying, is that there's a lot of so-called black fathers in the homes, but they're putting studies out to show you that black fathers are missing from the homes. It's all of it is political and strategic to be able to put you inside of a bracket and a basket to control you. So when they got your mind thinking that it's not that many black fathers in the homes, then you will begin to look at your people and your community different. And now you will begin to follow a pattern that they already had set for you to follow. This is one of the things we have to be very careful about when we're dealing with our homes. The enemy is going to set traps through media, through education, through religion, through jobs, and etc., to get you to follow what they want you to follow. All right? So one of the things that they have used against the home is the black woman. They weaponize her. And she's playing her role very well. She's playing her role very well in the homes. To be used for the outside, not the inside. Let's finish cooking. You see what I'm talking about. Let's keep cooking. Let's go.
Hope you enjoy the show. My dear brothers and sisters, did you hear that? Did you see that? You see, there is not a community without a man leading. It doesn't exist. Check your history. There's never been a community or a country that was formed without the man leading the charge. It doesn't exist. Okay? And how do they keep us back? They remove the man. And once you remove the man, what happens now? You have nothing but women and children. Nothing but women and children. And once you have nothing but women and children, what happens next?
That's the curse. That's the curse. That's the Eve curse. Women and children. The man is removed. Let's keep cooking.
Control them. And how do you do that? Well, you not make their women think they are equal to their men. You not make their women think they are better than their men. You not make their women think they don't need their men. You not make the women think they can be also their father to a son. Do you understand what I'm saying? Let that sink in. This is how they were able to destroy the black nuclear family. This is how they ripped us apart. Fast forward it to today, when you add in feminism, when you add in movies, when you add in images, when you add in social media, what do you have? This is what you get right here.
Why is it that we as black women feel comfortable checking black men, but the moment a black man checks us, we call it misogyny, control, or toxic? Don't scroll. Let's talk about it. Why does it seem like accountability only applies when we're the one giving it? We criticize black men, drag them online every day, talk about how they lead, talk about what they do, what they don't do. But the moment a black man says, sis, you out of line, or start calling you out on your bad attitude, all of a sudden he's bashing women. We can dish it, but we can't take it. Call a man weak for not being a leader, but then when he does lead, you say he's being controlling. Which one is it? If we want growth and healing from our men, we have to be able to look in the mirror and check ourselves first. Because checking somebody, that's not hate, that's love. And if we can't be corrected without getting offended, maybe the problem isn't the message. Maybe it's our pride.
You see? Did you hear that? Like I always said on this channel, it was all by design. It is all by design. Black men has been under attack from all angles for decades and decades and decades and decades. It's all by design. Nothing threatens. Let me repeat that. Nothing threatens them folks and the black man that's married to a black woman with black children and that whole family are succeeding. Nothing terrifies them folks like that. So whatever they can do, turn them against each other. That's what they will do. Why? Well, because for centuries, they've thrown everything at the black man. I mean, you name it. You name it. They've thrown everything at the black man. And the black man still succeeded. Why? Because he had a unit. He had a family. He had a community. And they all moved as one. If you made it this far, hit that like button and leave a comment to trigger YouTube's algorithm. So hit that subscribe button.
Imagine being able to build any.
You know, happy wife, happy life, that's some BS in a lot of situations. Suppose this woman is happy because her man ain't happy. Because she's getting her way, he's doing everything he can within his power to make things good in the relationship. You know, doing his part. Doing his best to lead, and he might not be perfect, but he's doing his best. And as long as she knows that, she's happy. But many of these men aren't happy themselves. Why? Because some of these women aren't doing their best. They think the sacrifice is only supposed to come at the cost of the man. He should lead. He should do all the hard stuff. He should give in all the time. Just make her happy. Because if she mad, the whole house mad. The hell? He gotta be nice at that time of the month. He gotta be nice when she had a hard day at work. He needs to listen to her when she's going through silly stuff with her friends or her family members. When she mess up the money, he gotta, fix it. She mess up the car, he gotta make sure it get fixed. She breaks something in the house, he gotta replace it. One of the kids hurt her feelings, he gotta do the discipline. The neighbor getting on her nerves, he need to handle it. She wanna up and quit her job, he needs to be supportive and just tiptoe around it. I got it, baby. Ugh. But some of these women don't appreciate that kind of stuff. Therefore, some of them don't even deserve it because they only want to shop till they drop, get told they look good when they don't. And God forbid, don't ask her to wear some lip gloss. Don't ask her to put on something cute today because you want to take her out, because she gonna take it the wrong way. And don't tell her the truth when she asks you how she look in a certain type of outfit that she knows is not for her body type. Even though as a man, being visual and wanting to see his woman look nice, he can't stand the way it looks on her. Now, some of this may be to the extreme, but a lot of it's the truth. But you get what I'm saying, right? Sometimes that man need to be lied to, too. Tell him it's gonna be all right, even if you think it ain't. When he's had a hard day at work, let him know it's gonna get better. Put some money aside and surprise him. Take him on a date. On you, of course. And then give him some. Get up Saturday morning and take his car to the car wash. Pick up some breakfast on the way back if you didn't cook. Get that man a remote. Massage his feet for no reason at all. Massage something else. Just because he likes it. I guess what I'm trying to say is, it's happy spouse, happy house. Or if you're not married, happy you, happy him. makes a happy us. Let's just stop spreading this happy wife, happy life, or happy girlfriend, happy whatever you can say to that. Because if you both ain't happy, is it really gonna last? Okay, I'm done. I love you. Be well.
So no matter what they threw at the black man, he survived it. That's when they decided, you know what? Let's get them from the inside. Let's separate him from his woman. Let's separate him from his family, you see? And that is what led us to where we are today in the dating market. Now, what do you guys think? Do you agree?
Would you say, Sister Latoya?
Yeah, I agree with that. I was gonna say this earlier to like the first video you played with the woman was like, you don't have to build with the man. She
Okay.
teaches her son not to build, right? So I was just thinking that from what I was thinking, like, what did the man say? Because that's what she teaching the son, and then you've been going over what the woman teaches the son, right? But
Right, right.
when you look at even like the 10 Commandments, right? One of the 10 Commandments is honor thy father and thy mother, right? So 1 second, it says both honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, right? So it's telling you need to honor both, which means you need to listen to both, right? But they both have to be on the same page. They both need to be kind of telling you what they're saying, need to complement each other. They can't, one of them can't be telling you apples, the other one telling you oranges. That's gonna tear between the two, right? And then if they both teaching you anything, don't forget they have to be teaching you the ways of the creator, the laws and commandments. If they teaching you anything else, they teaching you a curse. You know, if you go to like I'm just sticking here in the laws and commandments, right? Exodus 20 verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. A lot of people don't know what it means to have other gods, right? Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in the heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. Right? For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and the fourth generation of them that hate me. Like I look at that one, right? That's Exodus 20 and 5, verse 5. A lot of people don't know what it means when you serve other gods. Like if you serving any other system outside of the creator, you're serving another god. You know what I'm saying? And that's a curse. That's how you get when it says that he visits the iniquity of the fathers upon the children to the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. That's what you get when you get generational curses.
That's
You
right.
know, like when your parents when they aren't living in the law, they're not teaching their kids and raising their sons and daughters up in the law, they're passing on generational curses to their kids, and they're gonna pass it on to their kids. And then you see that really happens in the so-called black community. That's why so-called black people are the only people that I hear. Really, the only people I've ever heard talk about their trials and tribulations and how they need to break generational curses are so-called black Americans, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, But that's how that pretty much happened. Like the man and the woman, they have to be on the same page and they have to be serving the creator. Like I look at the garden with Adam and Eve, I look at them like I look at them like Eve specifically, but both of them, since both of them went along with it, right? They was looking at the serpent and that knowledge, like that was the God to them. That's the system that they were choosing. So they were bowing down to it. They were serving it, right? And ever since that happened, man fell, the nation of Adam fell, and we've been in a fallen state since then. And like we have to revisit that curse until we can go back and figure out if you can master and conquer and overcome the Adam and Eve curse, then I think you could raise like the perfect house, the righteous house. I do think it's gonna happen one day because I think that's the remnant that come back. You know, they're gonna have the laws and commandments written in their inward parts. They're gonna actually walk in the ways that Adam and Eve should have. And it says when you go to Deuteronomy 30, right? When you call to mind you and your seed. So you're gonna actually raise your seed to, you know what I'm saying, to walk in the laws and commandments, to serve the creator. It's gonna be on your inward parts. That means that's it for the generational curses. And generational curses do come from what you teach your kids and what you don't teach your kids. That's why you're supposed to teach them the laws and commandments. That's why when you did the video and you was like, what the woman is supposed to teach the child, yeah, but it's the man and the woman have to both be on the same page. What are they teaching the kid, right? But if you teach the kid, if you're raising the sons and daughters both to walk in the laws and commandments, when they go off to get married, they're gonna be already perfect. They're gonna already be in a perfect state for whoever they're marrying. Therefore, when they marry that person, when they do get married, that person isn't gonna have to teach them to build. They're gonna already know their purpose. They're gonna already know their role.
That's right. That's right. So a piece, Ross Pinkney, he said, not sure what to say, but my heart goes out. Well, these videos are real. These are real life stories. And the thing is that what we have to remember is that a lot of us get trapped into these stories because we're not being educated or excuse me, being trained into what these traps out here is setting, where these traps are at and how these traps are set up to be able to snare us in. Rick Pinkney said, the old world will fade away in time. Well, okay, I don't know what the old world you mean. I don't know what the old world you mean. And Mingo, peace. He said, I agree, Ross. And then Ross said, well, according to the Bible, men will be taking on 7 wives in order to what? Take away their curse. Okay, but the man, but that man has to make sure he's righteous to be able to take away a curse. Okay, because not just an average man will be able to take away a curse. That's that means that man, if he could just take away a curse from a woman that is cursed, then that man has to make sure he's righteous. But then he also said that paradigm shift would be interesting. Excuse me. And he also said, I do believe I am equal to my woman. Well, I don't know about a man being equal to a woman and a woman being equal to a man. A woman and a man are different, but they are compatible to become one. So I don't agree with that statement. Mingo say, Ross, yes, very interesting. But ask yourself, what man in his right mind will be willing to take on 7 of these type of women?
It's gonna be rare. It ain't gonna be that many people. The verse they're talking about. That's why the 7 women are gonna be trying. Now I'm saying that's why the 7 women are gonna be trying to cling on to that man, because it's not gonna be a lot of men left at that time to choose from.
That is correct. And he put up Isaiah 4:1, and he posted the verse. He posted the verse, and he says, reproach no. Then he said the serpent was the blessing. Well, you got to show me where the serpent was the blessing at, brother. Because the sister just spoke on it. And then he says, you have read the scripture. She is correct. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead, sis. Go ahead.
No, I ain't mean that. I just wanted to ask why he think the serpent was the blessing. You think that was like to help wean out? Because see, the remnant, those are going to be the people that choose to follow the Creator. That's why he's going to put the laws of, well, when he put the laws and commandments in the inner part, that's what's going to be the new covenant. They're not going to have a chance to break it like the last time, right? But that's going to be the new covenants for the people that choose to turn back to the Creator. So are you saying that the serpent was helping to wean out the people that they didn't choose to follow the Creator, they wanted to follow the another way, and he was like using the serpent to wean out who chooses to follow him or not? I'm just curious as to why, he said the serpent was the blessing.
Okay. Rick Pinkney, she had asked the question. You can answer it. You can answer it. You can come up on the platform, or you can answer it in the chat. Now I'm gonna put the link in the I put the link in the chat once again. If you want to come up and ask, answer the sister's question, you're more than welcome. Make sure when you come up, you have decorum into of this platform, and we want to make sure we stay on topic as into what questions, as into answering the question that has been asked. So Rick Pinkney, the link is in the chat. You can come up and have a conversation, or you can put the answer in the chat. He said, sorry, I should not say anything unless you bring me on. I put the link in the chat, brother. The link is in the chat. The sister asked the question. So if you want to ask, you can answer the question in the chat if you want to, or you can come on the platform and answer her live, direct. But just make sure as when you come up, you have decorum and stay on topic of what the question has been asked. I mean, it's a fair question. She asked a fair question, so.
Yeah, I'm not judging either. I'm just curious.
Right. It's just a fair question. It's just a simple, fair question that she asked. But while you getting that together, brother, Ross Pinkney, we're going to get into the final video. Okay, you come up. Okay, here you come.
How you doing, brother?
Hey, peace, fam. Okay, she asked
you. My camera showing?
Yeah, you gonna answer the sister question?
Sure. How you guys doing?
Doing good.
Okay, so if I may, I don't want to come on and interrupt what you guys have going. I know I can probably be a little off, and that's okay. And I accept agreements and disagreements. As far as to answer the question on the serpent, is that the question, right? For me?
Yes. Why you say the serpent was the blessing?
Okay. Probably gonna be wrong to you guys, and that's okay. But I guess if you look at it in perspective, right? Because we know we can read the book, but we also know that we have to filter the book at the same time because over time we know there's been injections, correct? Yes, no?
You mean like maybe like they infiltrated the book, changed certain things?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, I believe so.
Mm-hmm.
Certain things.
So when you read throughout the Bible and you go through certain points of the Bible that gives reference to serpents, most reference to serpents in the Bible is not actually bad. It's actually good. Shows intelligence, shows prosperity in some cases, shows cleverness, very cunning. Is used in those examples, not to say that the serpent itself is supposed to be something that's evil, but something that can actually be wise. So therefore, what we're reading from in the Bible is a narrative based on a hero and a villain. So therefore, it's already biased. Unless you take the Bible and you put it on trial along with the other scholarly books that's been around before the Bible that has the same stories.
But let me ask you a question. Okay, I get all that, but you're gonna answer the sister's question. What makes the serpent?
Sure. The serpent told the truth.
Okay, can you give us where he told the truth at?
So the question is for you guys: when you read that book and you read that serpent, when he had the conversation with Eve, right? Everything that he brought up, even the fact of them not eating from that tree of life, so that they can obtain eternal life and knowledge and be as the gods, because they were already gods. So now, therefore, to be in a state where you're totally blind, you don't know what's going on, but yet God knows what's going on. And if God knows what's going on, and you don't know what's going on, but yet you have dominion, why is the serpent have more knowledge than you who have dominion.
Let me ask you a
To
question
show
on
you
that.
it's already sketchy.
Just stay right there. Stay right there. Let me ask you a question. How do you determine that Adam did not have the knowledge or the understanding?
Because when he went to Eve, you can clearly read it, brother.
Okay,
It's there in the book.
let's pull it up. Hold on. Let's pull it up, family.
Thank you.
Let me pull it up real quick. No problem. Let's dissect real quick. What do you say? Sis, you want to say anything? Or you want me to go ahead on?
You go ahead. I'm listening. I'm trying to see where he's
Okay.
coming from.
All right.
And guys,
So Genesis
like I stated earlier, you guys are not wrong. And if you do feel like I am wrong, then I'm wrong. But I'm just only giving perspective.
No, it's just we just asking the question. I'm just trying to base of
Mm-hmm.
where you know what I'm saying, basing how you
Trying to gauge me.
yeah, yes. So it's not that. Now when you think of the serpent, when you say the serpent, what is the serpent?
The serpent was just another, I guess you can say, being that was created within the enclosed garden called Eden.
So you say that was another human.
No, he was what he was. Serpent.
So it was a snake.
It was a snake, but one that probably more than likely was a different species of a type of a serpent that probably had a humanoid form,
Oh,
and
so
what you would probably call a serpent person.
oh,
It was
okay.
a
So
reptilian.
go what'd you say, sis?
Reptilian, for sure. She's right.
No, I was joking. I was like, well, you know how they say the reptilians are like an alien species, but they're supposed to be like the most dominant one or superior one. They have the most knowledge, but they're also the most intimidating and aggressive.
So
It
now,
was a joke,
therefore,
but
here, no, you're right. You're joking, but you're actually using your imagination to look at all possibilities of what you're actually reading right there. You have to be like that. You have to be a bit insane in order to actually see truth.
Okay. So it says that the Genesis 3:1 says, now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Creator
Hmm.
has made.
Hmm.
So he was comparing the serpent to a beast of the field.
Hmm.
So is the beast, what was the beast of the field?
It said what it said to you right there, brother. You read it. That was one of the beasts. There's many beasts. A lion could be a.
So, okay, it could man be a beast?
Hello?
Yeah, could man be a beast?
Yes.
Okay. So now we realize that we are dealing with Genesis 1:26, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So now let's go to verse 2. Because no, instead of verse 1. He says, yea, the serpent said unto the woman, yea.
What chapter is this?
This is
Chapter
Genesis
2?
3:1. Yes. So it
Okay, yeah,
says,
that
yea,
makes sense.
yea, has the created, or I was going to read it what it says, has God said, ye shall not eat off every tree of the garden.
Hmm.
Okay.
And what did it say?
Okay. The female says, yes. And the female said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden.
Hmm.
So so he's asking a question. It's not
Very tiny.
it's not a right or wrong answer. He's just asking to see what he can get from her. You agree or
He
you
was gauging.
disagree?
I agree with you 100%, brother. He's gauging.
Okay. Right. So verse 3, he says, but the fruit of the trees in the midst of the garden, God has said, ye shall not eat of it, neither shall you touch it lest you die.
Hmm.
All right. Let me read Brother Marcus. Brother Marcus says, he has banished to his belly. He was upright at the time. Let me get him out of here. He was upright at the time the beasts of the field includes that first man in Genesis 1:26. And Mingo said, Ross, yes. Okay. So now, I'm gonna get back to your point, Marcus. Verse 3 says, but the fruit of the trees of the garden in the midst of the garden, God has said, ye shall not eat of it, neither shall you touch it lest you die.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did she lie?
No.
Or did she add on? Or did she tell the truth?
The answer was no. She told the truth.
She told the truth?
Yes.
Well, where did the scripture says that they can't touch it?
It goes back when it's there before they was actually banished from the garden, brother. When Adam was first placed into the garden. Remember, he wasn't created in the garden; he was placed in the
No.
garden. And
I
all
get
those
that.
rules were given.
I get that. But I'm trying to where she said that you shall not touch it. What verse in the book says that before this that they cannot touch the trees?
Are you talking are you asking me in a literal sense, or are you asking me in a more figurative way that she's actually bringing it up?
I mean, however
She's not being literal.
however you decipher it.
Okay, however I decipher it, she's actually, if I had to speak in her position in that manner, I would say touch. Touch for me is not so much as in just touching it with my physical hand, even though I have to if I'm gonna bring it towards my mouth. But in this aspect, she's more, I guess, she's more referring to consumer, consumption.
Okay, so you saying they neither, it says God says neither shall we shall not eat of it nor consume it.
Mm-hmm.
Because eat is consuming.
Which God actually gave the rule, though, is the question. Now, mind you, I don't want you to take these questions of what I'm asking to be something cynical. I'm asking because I'm a thinker.
Okay.
So just thinking through a situation, correct?
That's fine.
All right. So the question I have is which God gave that command that she's referring to?
She's talking
And
to
I know that's
go ahead.
Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry. No, you go ahead.
No, I ain't meant to cut you off because you was about to say something else. I didn't mean to cut you off.
I was going a little too fast for myself. You got it, brother.
You said which God was talking, which God she was talking about?
Yes, they gave the command to her.
The God here is she's talking about is Adam.
So Adam gave her the command, though he did, but also too, she also, no, brother, I'm gonna keep it there. You're right. She's referring to Adam, but in a higher sense of Adam, who gave it to Adam. I guess I'm referring in that sense. Who is she ultimately referring to?
The Creator.
Thank you. But which Creator?
There's only one.
I'll stay right there. That was my question, brother. What's the next one?
Okay, yeah, it's only one Creator. Everything else bows before him. And we ain't talking about no JC. We're not talking about no JC.
Me neither, brother.
But you know, some people, you know, they look into like where it says the Lord thy God, the Lord God, and then they read that as if to say those are different gods and they are all part of one system.
Well, you got to look at words, sister. The word God in itself is not singular; it's plural. It doesn't have to have an S on it. It's already singular. I mean, it's already plural. Sorry, it's not singular. I'm a God. You a God. We're all gods. I don't have to put an S on it.
Right, but
that's why I asked based on referral as to say what hierarchy gave that command, because we have to be careful with words. Now, if I'm going to say something else, and I'm only speaking that way, brother, and I apologize. I'm only speaking from a scholarly point.
No, you're fine. You're fine. But the point is on that is that it goes back to your question from the beginning. You say that there were infiltration in the book, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if there was infiltration in the book, we realize that they have replaced certain words in the book, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And one of them are God, correct?
Yeah, if you use the English language, you can mess up a lot of stuff.
Well, yes. Well, yes and no. But the whole point is this right here, is that if we realize that they have infiltrated the book and add certain words in, took certain words out, they created different definitions of certain texts of textual of words and etc. Let's use the word God. So now when we realize, if I look at this word where it says that in the garden, God has said we shall not eat of the tree, neither shall we touch it lest we die. Now, the first thing it has is a capital letter for the letter God, right? That God here is talking about Adam because we're talking about a house. You agree or you disagree?
I'm listening. I don't have an agreement. I don't have an agreement or a disagreement on that part. I'm
Okay,
listening.
that's fine. She can only speak within the house because the house is where she resides as well as Adam, meaning
I
her
get what you're
husband.
saying. She's speaking under her head. Okay, got you.
Well, now I'm not. Well, I'm not saying the head because no, Genesis 1:26, God said, "Let us make man according to our image, according to our likeness, and give them dominion." Both have dominion within the house, meaning that they both rule together, but they have different purposes in that rulership.
That's what I mean. There's a hierarchy.
Now
There's a way things work.
Huh?
There's a way things work.
Correct.
As far as
Correct.
how information is distributed.
Correct.
God to man, then man to his wife. I get it.
Yes. So when we come to that point, we have to realize that if the information came from Adam, it had to come from the one creator that was given to the nation of Adam. You agree or you disagree?
I'm listening.
Okay. So when she's speaking according to the house.
Mm-hmm.
Because I cannot speak outside. Well, I could and she could.
I appreciate you.
We should not speak outside of the house. We should speak from within the house.
So you answered my question, brother. I appreciate you because you definitely took me on a stroll, but that stroll gave me all the understanding that I needed to understand where you was coming from. So thank you for sure.
Okay.
So I get the guys you're talking about without having to say it. I'm glad we are able to make distinctions here because that serpent was something different, right? Gosh, I really shouldn't go that far. I'll stay here. I'll stay to this part here, right? I'll say this much. If I was in the place of Adam, it's me and my woman, right? No clothes on, wherever we are. At this particular point, someone comes to me in which I know, hey, we don't get along like that because you're speaking against things that causes me to go against certain rule, right? Consequences behind that. So now, therefore, but yet, even that thing that I have a disdain with still is making somewhat sense to me outside of the ruler. The same way they say don't follow astrology, but gosh, it's reading me, man. What do? Rock in a hard place. Let me hear what this guy got to say. Because if he's telling me things, in other words, if I walk into a room of people who say they love me unconditionally, why would you actually not tell me the full truth while everyone knows and I'm the only one in the dark? That's not love, brother. That serpent gave me truth. No matter if its intentions was evil or not, it still gave me truth. And I made a decision at that point. So therefore, God didn't kill Adam. He just banished him because Adam was never wrong. Adam was always a God. If you read the Apocalypse of Adam, it gives you even more discernment. And I'll keep it there. That's what I mean by the serpent was actually telling truth in that moment.
Okay, I mean, because what in what I teach is that the serpent never lied to Eve. Only thing the serpent did was put like a conjecture before her for her to make a decision.
He gave it truth. That's how the conjecture was.
Right. And she had to make that decision. And that's why it says when she saw and et cetera, then she began to now come to her decision at what she contemplated into what the conversation was about. So I agree with that. I 100% agree with that. What you say, Brother Marcus?
Okay, I knew you know I couldn't stay. You know what I'm saying? This got interesting. Look, I've read this, and I actually, you know what I'm saying, when I look at it, I think I see, brother, I see your point, but I often think about it. Adam was the only person out of the two of them that got to see creation. Eve never saw creation. She heard about it.
Creation in what way?
She never.
No,
She heard about it.
no,
No,
She
no,
she
heard
I'm
about
never.
it.
just trying.
She
I'm trying to understand what he's saying when he say Adam was able to witness creation, but she didn't. I guess that's a void in me right now. I'm just trying to get you to give me some content on that before I can
okay.
really
If you
understand where you're
if you
going fully.
if you if you go to the second chapter, after Adam was created, he then created the animals and he named them. Eve never
No, he
got
didn't
to.
create.
Eve never witnessed any of that.
No. Well,
Yeah.
only thing he witnessed was giving out names. He didn't witness the animals being created. He was the last one that was created.
No, he was created before the animals.
Okay, this the thing right here. If Genesis
Genesis
chapter
1, chapter
two,
26,
if
28.
Genesis
Read
chapter
upward.
two is another form of a creation, then you have two Sabbaths.
Huh?
There's only one Sabbath, because that's why if you go to chapter 2, verse 1, it tells you that the creator rested after everything that he created. So anything that came after that verse was
Yeah.
only showing you more integral points of what was taking place in chapter 1.
That's where I'm at right there, brother. I'm with you on that.
And see, that's where I disagree. The only way, because the animals were created before Adam in chapter 1 and created after Adam in chapter 2. That author was actually confused.
And now you see why. If you come across different things like that, Marcus, within the Bible where it contradicts itself, that's where you know you have to put on your own glasses and you need to go in and do your due diligence
And
because
that's
that
what
Bible has a lot of
and that
injections and
and that's
it's going
that
to point at the imposter.
agreed. No argument there. No,
But
no
okay,
argument.
where did it say that he created?
Me and Marie have had this conversation. You know what I'm saying? We
Right. But
you know what I'm saying?
where in chapter 2 it says that he created more animals.
It says it in verse 14.
Read it, please.
Hold on, wait a minute. Oh yeah, and verse 19. And out of the ground the Most High God formed every beast of the field and every fowl of the air, and brought them unto Adam to see what he would call them. And whatsoever
Mm.
Adam called every living creature, that was the name thereof.
Right.
I think
But if
you
you
misinterpreted that.
if you read that
It was it
in
was it was it was a sum. He summed it up of what he
right,
already
he summed
created
it
to
up.
bring to Adam. That was already created, bro. He just gave it to Adam to actually help in giving the names, not in the creation, because Adam was the last one. On the seventh, he rested after creating the what you would call all of your so-called humans.
Hold on,
And
stop.
I'll just put it
And I
right
need
there.
you. Hold on the seventh, let's go to Genesis chapter 2, verse 2.
Hmm.
And on the seventh day, the Most High ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had made.
Hmm.
And the Most High blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, that he had rested from all his work which the Most High created and made.
Hmm.
And then let's skip down to verse 5. And every plant of the field before it was in the earth, and every herb of the field before it grew. For the Most High God had not caused it to rain upon the earth, and there was not a man to till the ground. If
Hmm.
Adam was created and already walking, how was there not a man to till the ground?
But you have to understand something. When it says a man to till the ground, you have to also understand in context what you're reading. He was working in an enclosed garden,
Right.
mind you. That's a laboratory, bro. That's a small, that could be a couple acres. You don't know how big that was. That he put Adam and Eve there. The other humans wasn't there. They was in other parts. Remember
Other
when he
part.
kicked Adam and Eve out, they was out into the world. And mind you, after Cain
That's why
slew
I
his
keep
brother, He talked to
That's
Jesus saying, "Hey, he talked to God saying the other people will kill me if they know what I did." So where all these other people come from
exactly
to show you
because
it's
there were
more to
other
this
people that
story.
were created in chapter one. That's what I'm saying. There were other men created in chapter one before Adam. I agree.
Before
Because when
before Adam and Eve
because
were
when Ca-
created, there were
because when
others.
Cain
They
got
were failed
when Cain got
experiments.
kicked out of the garden, Cain left
Yes.
and married a wife and built a city for
Hmm.
three people. For three
Well,
people.
the wife he married was his twin sister. That's why he killed his brother.
So
The
he built
Bible
the
gives you
city.
certain things,
So
but
wait
don't
a
give you the
minute.
full truth.
So wait a minute. He built the city for three people.
Who's the three people you speaking of?
His wife, him, and his son.
Well, he actually built the city. Yeah.
For three. Man, come on, man.
But if you
No,
go to
no,
verse
no,
4,
no. It wasn't for three people. Remember, I'm with you on this, Marcus. I'm riding with you all the way. When I say this here, if we put it in proper perspective, it wasn't three people, and I think that's what you're alluding to. It was more people to build a city. You're not going to have a city. It's not efficient to have a city and it's only three people. That doesn't make sense.
Agreed. But if what I'm saying is
And where
actually
do you get the
mixed,
knowledge to do all this from?
exact, bruh, I agreed. I'm not
but
They
arguing
have
the point.
cities. They
watch
had
this
they
though.
had, they had everything we got now, bro. I'm
But
talking
watch this.
about
But
plumbing,
watch this
plumbing
though.
systems, everything.
But watch this though. Watch this. You if you go back up to Genesis 2:4, notice what it says. These are the generations of the heavens and the earth when they were created in the day the Lord God had made the earth and heaven.
Hmm. I'd rather not touch on that part because it'll get too wacky.
But no, I'm just about to say this because if verse 5 is new, then verse 4 is a new heaven and new earth and etc. So that means we
Not
have
new.
doubles
Not new.
because we can't go past verse 4 and say verse
I
4
think I see what you're
there's
talking about.
not another creation of what? Another heaven and another earth.
Let me offer, if you don't mind, can I offer perspective?
Now go ahead.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. This perspective. This is neither right or wrong. This is us just sharing. Okay.
Absolutely.
Two worlds. Right. You got that of the old world because you still have people who resonate on that frequency. So now we're going into a bit of what people will call science, but it's all still spirituality dealing in frequency, right? And so now, therefore, if you have somebody who is mentally on a certain level, and God can actually say, "My thoughts are my thoughts," pretty much, you don't know them, right? Because you can be at a certain level. The same way a child is not going to be at your level of thought as a grown person, because you are at a whole different paradigm shift than that little individual who needs time to get there, if they get there. So when we look at reality, the world in which we're walking in, everybody shares it. The earth is not going nowhere. When it talks about judgment day and all this stuff in the new world and new earth and all this other stuff, it's still talking about the same earth. You just put a new dress on it.
Hmm.
That's why it said new waters, new this and new that. That's to flush out all the toxins.
See,
But it's
I
a
see
but it's but
my
it's a
whole
paradigm.
see my
It's a
whole thing
paradigm
is
because
about
some people are going to see
salvation.
the new
Okay.
world, and some people are going to still be stuck in the old world. Meaning how they see it. Meaning that, for instance, us on the line here, and this is nothing to anybody who lives in the projects or live around guns, and that reality for them is real. But that reality to us, we look on TV and say it's senseless, it's dumb. Free yourself, just leave from it. They don't know how to leave from that because you can take them out, but that's still in them. So therefore, you're gonna have a world that eventually has to fade away because that old frequency cannot sustain itself.
Huh.
Jesus came to raise the frequency of the people, to ascend mentally, so you can have heaven here while you're actually conscious, not the other way around in teaching church. That's dangerous. I
I'm
digress.
glad.
But I don't know
Yeah,
about
I
I
I
go
want
ahead,
to
go ahead.
say something. I'm glad you finally got because honestly, it's been bothering me. I just want to ask you what you thought about JC. Do you think that he could have something to do with being that serpent? Because
No,
what you're saying, I mean, that whole I've heard that
the
a
serpent
lot that
was the
he
serpent.
came here.
But
Okay, but
finish your
the
thought. No,
whole
finish your thought.
the whole idea of, when you look at everything that he taught, right? In which I know they distorted some things, they may have misunderstood him, right? They actually thought he was the descendant of David, which go to show you they misunderstood him, right? But so you
They
agree
thought.
that he
Okay.
wasn't exactly like a
Who
descendant
who who
of David.
who did you say was in the descendant of David?
JC, Jesus. You don't do you
Yeah.
you you know you feel that way because if you're telling me he came to give a greater conscience,
Mm.
um, then in the New Testament tells you that he came down, right? He descended down. That's what I'm
No,
saying. Could he be
he
that
didn't
other
descend.
system?
He didn't descend.
Okay.
He was born into the matrix. He was born into this matrix, and I use the word matrix because it's there in the book of Deuteronomy. So he was born into this matrix, but he came into this matrix with a certain paradigm to teach others that they can think further outside of the box they're in. If you put a snake, a pet snake, inside of a small fish aquarium, that snake cannot grow past the space that it's actually occupying. Therefore, its mental cannot actually rise. That's the trap to keep you in a box. So your mental cannot ascend to where you see the possibilities to change the world because you are an aspect of the actual source, who we call God. So therefore, you have a job, but we're just trying to remember what that job is. Jesus came to try to, not try, he came to awaken because the
Let me
story is
ask you.
still here. And
Let me ask you.
let me come off the name Jesus because I see that's bothering you guys.
No, it's not bothering. It's not bothering me. But let me ask you a question on that note.
Sure.
Um, where was Jesus in the beginning?
You don't mind reading for me? If I actually go to a certain scripture?
Huh?
You mind reading for me? I
Yeah,
don't have my Bible on me, brother.
what you got to read?
Let's go to St. John chapter 1, verse 1. It's the only way I can answer your question with a scripture, brother.
That's not a
Can't
scripture.
answer.
That's a letter. That's a person's opinion. The New Testament
Hold
is
on, hold on.
opinion.
And Megan,
Okay.
So what I'm asking
How,
was
I'm, I'm,
where was he
I'm,
from the beginning? Because you're hopping
I'm
on.
trying to, brother.
No, no,
You, I just
no,
need
no,
you.
no, no, no.
I
Listen,
just need you to be
listen.
a bit open minded.
Hold on.
I don't have to go to the Old Testament if you want to. I know the Torah in and out, bro. We can stick in the Torah. We stick to the Torah if you want to.
I mean,
I know some people don't accept the New Testament. That's fine. I'm fine with that.
okay. Let's go to John. Let's go to John real quick. But let me get my
And
question in.
then and yeah. As soon as you get your question, I'm gonna just tell you I'm only use two books. Okay, that's gonna be Saint John 1:1.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You don't have to take it, but you do have an audience who actually still may believe in the New Testament that's listening.
That's
So if I
fine.
bring up the New Testament,
But here's the thing, though.
and then I'll bring up the Old Testament with Genesis to bring it back. So I'm
That's
gonna
not.
stick to the law.
But let me ask my question. You could use a magazine. You could go and write on a basketball. I wouldn't care.
Hmm.
My point is, my
Hmm.
question is this: where were Jesus in the beginning?
You just want me
That
to give you
has
a word,
this.
brother?
Let me get my question out. That you're speaking of. That has this infinite wisdom that came down to
Mhm.
teach everybody. Where were he?
Okay. Maybe okay. I'll only give scripture if you guys want it, but to get answer your question, I'm not gonna touch scripture. I'm gonna just say something. I'm gonna just throw it out there based on a question. If I had to look at Jesus based on what I have studied, not what I know, because I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I'm not gonna go above the Bible. I'm gonna stay right here with you guys because I don't really like talking about this type of stuff, man. We'll keep it right there. Ego to the side. At the end of the day, when we look at Jesus, Jesus has always been around. Jesus was there, actually in the ship above Mount Sinai, coming down, burning the very top of it, and a cloud full of wrath and storm for Moses to go up there and speak. That
So
was
you
Jesus
saying
right there.
so you
That was
saying
Jesus
that
the burning
he was
bush.
So you saying that he was the angel that was on the mountaintop?
Yes.
Okay.
You can say angel, you can say God. At the end, they be talking about one particular being.
Okay.
I don't care
So
how we
now
describe it.
that's fine. That's fine. Now I need you to prove that that angel that was on that mountain was JC. Because
I can't do that, bro,
because let me
because you do because
let me get my
you
point
don't want
out.
to hear
Let
the
me get my
books,
point.
man.
Hold on, let me get my point out. Because the reason why I asked that is that if you're telling me that that was JC on the mountain, what would be the purpose for him to come through the matrix? To
Well, I can
teach.
definitely tell
Hold on.
Go
To
ahead, brother.
teach what he already was doing as an angel. And now, and then that's my first question. My second question is, I need you to show me the law for you worshiping the host of heaven. Let's go.
I'm sorry, I gotta write all this stuff down, dude. Gosh. 1
And
second,
look,
man.
this is
One
the
step at a
same.
time, bro.
What you say, sis?
And this, I'm just to be clear, this is the same angel that it was told to Israel that they should listen to because he's not going to be forgiven of their sins, right?
Correct.
My thing is, all right, so I'm gonna have to take a bit of control, bro, in how I answer your question. I can't answer your question in full capacity in which everything you just asked me because I can't really remember everything. But I will stick to this right here, and you can nudge me if you like. I'll stick to this point here, man. You can look in the Apocrypha. You do believe in those books, correct?
I study
Please tell me you do.
from out of them.
So that means you accept them. Cool. So at the end of the day, you can read out of the book, Second Ezra. I believe it's chapters 10, maybe 7, maybe chapter 13. You read out of there, that's Jesus right there, full on. And that's not even New Testament, brother.
Okay, so
I can get this. Hold on, let me get the scripture for you because I don't like just talking. I'm gonna get the very point for you, and if you want me to, I can get the book myself and just read it, brother. I have it.
Well, I still you going to the Apocrypha, but I'm still waiting.
I don't know what, but the thing is, I don't know where to go, brother. You asking me a lot of questions.
I just
and
asked
you telling me I can't do this and I can't do that to answer.
I just asked you two simple questions. The first question was, okay, let me separate the two questions. Okay, my first question was, where was JC in the beginning?
JC in the beginning was when we go to the book of Genesis, right? We see that Jesus was right there in when he was created. How about that? When he was created, when God said, "Let there be light," and there was light, and the darkness comprehended it not. You would never understand that if you can't take certain things from certain passages, brother.
So you
because
saying
that wasn't the sun. That wasn't the sun and the moon.
We know
that
that
was the first. Jesus was created in the first day, brother.
Oh, he was created. Okay, so now, so you're telling me Jesus was an angel?
I never said none of that, and no one will like proclaim it. I'm not a religious person, my guy. I just only studied the book.
Okay, in the book of Jasher, it tells you that on the first day that the Creator created different forms of spirits and angels.
I mean, you telling me what they say, but yet you're not reading the scripture from the book right now.
So hold on. But you was quoting John, the first chapter. That is they too, correct?
Brother, I was willing to read it. You won't let me read it.
But I was telling you what the book of Joshua say. You say that is they. So you can read the book of John, the first chapter. Is that not they too?
I apologize. I hear you actually quote the scripture. All I heard was pretty much they. I apologize, brother. That's my fault.
No, that's what I was saying. The book of Joshua, it says that on the first day, D-A-Y, not T-H-E-Y, they, the Creator created different spirits and angels. So now you're telling me that JC is an angel?
My thing is, I could say I agree if that's actually written in the book. I would agree. It's written. It's facts. It's there. It's written. But do I? But do I agree with it? But do I resonate and agree with that scripture? My hands are up until anything comes up to actually announce that for me, brother. I told
That's
you
right.
I filter.
But you did say that that was JC on that mountain talking to Moses, correct?
Correct.
That was an angel on that mountain. You agree, correct?
There was angels on the mountain with Jesus. Correct.
Show me, show me,
Read
show
that from
me.
the book.
No, 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 no. Show me,
Brother,
because you're not gonna get
I'm
away with
trying to.
it.
You won't let me talk. I'm here, brother. I don't back
I'm
down
gonna
for
let you
nothing,
talk.
brother. I'm with you.
I'm gonna let you
I
talk.
can tell you. I'm trying to. I'm trying to tell you what book you can find that, brother.
Go ahead.
The book of Jubilees, the
Okay.
book of times. If
No,
you
no,
go
no,
read that book,
no, no, no. We're not gonna
listen,
call them.
brother. I
We're
love
not
you,
gonna just
brother.
call
But
them books.
just let me
Let's
finish.
go to
Okay.
the books. Let's go to the books, and I need you to give me the scripture and the verse that tells me that JC was sitting in the midst of angels on the mountain with Moses. I need that. Let's go.
Hey, brother, I love you, but I do have a choice not to burn myself out in this conversation. I'm gonna hold back. You got it.
Okay. Okay. Sister Latoya, you got anything else?
I'm just trying to figure out like with the whole JC. Like I want to, I want to
I
know
don't
like
mind
what
giving this. I don't
exactly
mind answering your questions. I don't mind answering your questions,
what.
but and brother, I love you too. But it's just that your questions, I don't know how to gauge them sometimes because it feels like answering water. You kind of unstable with these questions. I got limits and stuff and restrictions I can't that you
I
give
don't
me,
see
but
how.
I
I
can't
don't
fully
see
answer.
how answering is JC an angel is unstable.
I just gave you an answer. I said that I'm not gonna answer that. That means I don't agree or disagree, brother. I'm there
Okay,
in the
that's
middle.
fine.
I'm
That's fine.
I'm not I can't give you my yay to something. Listen, I can't give you my yay to something if truly I don't resonate with that. I'm gonna only tell you the
But that's
truth, brother.
fine.
I'm not
But
gonna tell you a lot.
that's cool.
Well,
That's cool. But
this is my
go ahead. Go
question.
ahead, sis.
Now, because going back to the conversation we had earlier, we were talking about, I
Hmm.
made a joke about the reptilian, right? The serpent that
Yeah,
had this greater knowledge, right? Now, I
yeah.
asked you, do you
Not
think
greater
that
knowledge, but head
that
knowledge.
Let
is
sister
that
get the
Jesus?
point out. Let the sister get
Is
a point out.
that Jesus? Is he? And I asked you that. Do you think
No,
that he was in
no,
part?
no,
Okay,
no.
all right.
That right
Now let me
there,
tell
the
you.
serpent. Go ahead. I'm listening,
Okay,
sister.
so the serpent that had that knowledge is different from Jesus, who also had similar knowledge, right?
It seemed like almost everybody had knowledge except Adam and Eve. That's what I'm simply saying, sister. They was the ones left in the dark. Because when they ate the fruit, they didn't get punished for going to hell and being killed. They was just released. Why? Because they was already sovereign. You have to read into certain things from certain perspectives. And brother, I love you. I can tell you where you are. You're absolutely right, 100% correct. But I can also tell you too, if you see something in the next few years, brother, and you start putting dots together, we can talk. I've been there, man, long time ago. Studied it in Egypt.
Wait, you study where? What was the last thing you just
Studied.
said?
I studied certain parts in Egypt.
Egypt. I knew. Oh my, like, okay, this is all coming. This is all resonating. So, do you feel like Jesus, when he came down in the matrix in the flesh, right?
Thank you, sister.
Do you feel like at that time when he went into Egypt, right? Because I've heard this from a
Hmm.
lot of people they don't like when I call them Egyptologists, right? But when those people who are really big on Egypt, right? They feel like
Hmm.
Jesus basically went to Egypt, learned how to heal, learned how to transform energy through his body, learned how to do all
Hmm.
these miraculous things, right?
Hmm.
And then he came back
Which
into
we all can do.
Israel.
Hmm. Right.
Okay, so do you feel like a lot of his teachings that he taught on how to heal and all these miracles that they came from Egypt? This is him in the flesh at this point,
Yes,
right?
between. Yes, definitely. You're
So
absolutely right.
why would he need to go to Egypt to learn from Egypt if he came down with greater knowledge to teach?
Because at the end of the day, it was also to show you that he came into the world like me and you came into the world. He had a mother and a father who came together and had sex and made a child. So yes, his bloodline is directly from David through Joseph. All other lies is, my God, that's crazy. Anyways, he had to come into the proper procedure, the proper ways. He was tested just like any other man was tested. He had to go through what regular men go through, even means to learn, but learn to remember what he already knew. He just had to unlock the paradigm. We all already know everything, But as you grow consciously, the more abilities and memories are released to you through deja vus and whatnot.
You
And see,
didn't
and this,
answer, but brother, you didn't answer
I,
her question.
I didn't answer the way you wanted me to, brother.
Well, I'm listening to what you're saying, and she asked you a specific, direct question,
So
and you
the
going into
question
the
I can
paradigm.
ask.
Okay, hold on,
I love
fam.
you, brother.
Hold on,
I love
family.
you,
Hold on,
brother. But the
family.
question I asked for her is, sister,
Oh,
have I
hold on,
answered you? And
family.
if not, I can adjust. So I'm asking her right now, brother. It's her question.
But hold on, brother. I'm the host of the channel.
You are,
You
brother.
can't,
Nice ego.
you
Please don't
can't
do
go
that,
around me, brother.
brother. That's
That's
ego.
why I say
I love you.
we have to have decorum. I don't care about the love. We have to have decorum. Okay.
You're
So
right. You're definitely right, and that's love.
if I'm talking and I'm trying to conduct this properly, let's let the conversation ride. Okay.
Yes,
So
yes, sir.
I just want to make sure everything is clear and plain.
Mhm.
Okay. So the sister asked you a specific question and you got into the paradigms and the shift atoms and this,
Mhm.
but she
Mhm.
asked you, sis, ask that question one more time, please.
I apologize. I definitely have to
Right.
digress in this conversation.
Okay.
Well, I have another question, if you don't mind answering.
I mean, I don't, but I would like to finish your question for your audience because they may want to hear that. Finish that.
Well, good. I mean,
I
go ahead, and
don't
then
want
I have another
the
question.
eulogy. I don't want the eulogy. I
And
want questions asked, answered,
the eulogy.
not a
I didn't know I
whole
was giving a
eulogy,
eulogy.
not a eulogy like we putting somebody in the
Wow.
ground. We just because I'm getting ready to
Oh
finish
wow.
up the podcast.
I'll do my best, brother. Not to feel like I'm putting somebody in the
Go ahead,
ground.
sis. Go ahead, sis.
Now, my question, to sum all this up, my question would be, because you didn't want to say, or you stated that you couldn't really say if Jesus was an angel or not, right? So now my question would be, to the best of your ability, what exactly was he? Was he God? Or what exactly was he to you? How do you interpret him?
I interpret him as, if I had to put it in simple terms, I would just say that he was a relative. He was a part of the human family that came because we can't look at the flesh. That's the surface. You have to look what was it within the soul. He came for a mission, and that was to enlighten. Everybody looks at the surface, but nobody looks deeper. I don't know if I just was that a eulogy. I apologize.
So he
That
was
wasn't
here
for you, sis.
before.
That was for him.
Now, my thing is, in John, it does say that he was the word. In the beginning, it was the word, right?
Mm,
Now, if you study
mm,
Torah, and the word in Torah, the word is
mm.
the creator, his plans, his desires. Um,
Thank you, sister. Thank you,
what he
sister.
wants to carry out, right? Now,
You're on.
if you're somebody's plan and you're somebody's desire, you're their thought process, that means you're that person. You're that entity. But like, so are you saying that Jesus is God?
Yes, yes, sister. I got the. I look. Hey, look.
So now we
I
got it
like
out.
this,
We
brother.
finally
Brother,
you pull it out of them.
I know. Hey, brother. Check this out, right?
Go
Anybody
ahead.
who knows me, and I'm glad I'm getting to know you now because we're gonna be real good friends. I'll tell you this: I'm very sarcastic. You will find that about me. But when I'm even being sarcastic, I'm being truthful within it. So yes, I didn't lie. I joke. I
Okay, I
laugh.
have one
It's
question.
very funny. But hold on, sister. It's about perspective. Everything is about how you define a thing, which could be different for different people. Jesus came to the people and said, "What? Do ye not know that ye are gods?" He was referring to the Torah, brother. And the people chased him out to kill him for that. That's why I said the word God. People look at the surface. Look deeper. God is just a title. It's talking about a conscious soul that's eternal, not the flesh. And all eternals come from the same source.
Did Jesus
If I
sin?
take a bit,
Did Jesus
go
ever
ahead, bro.
sin?
Did he have a sin?
Yeah.
I mean, brother, I don't know. I can't answer that question. Maybe you got something out on me.
Hmm. Well,
Hey, brother, I didn't come on here proclaiming to know everything. I came on here just to tell the truth.
well, that's
What I
fine.
know is
I
what I
mean,
know. What I don't know is
that,
what I don't know.
but the point is, you had something else to say, sis?
Well, yeah, like not that verse he just brought out, because every verse that's in the New Testament is in Torah. Granted, it's remixed,
Yeah.
right? But
Thank you, sister.
um,
Thank you, sister. Whether it's
but
wrong or not, there's still evidence of truth there.
Let the sister finish. Let the sister
It's
finish.
taken or not. You're right.
Let the
okay.
sister
But
finish.
the verse of you are gods, yeah. But that verse in Torah, and my computer's there right now. But just off my memory,
Please
you're
read it.
gods, but you should die like men, right? Meaning that
No, you
you
read
should
it
die like
from
men.
no, all right. So yes, but that was talking about the divine council in the book of Psalms. In the book of Psalms, that was talking about the divine council, as to say you have those who are claimed as Buddha, Shiva, Krishna, and all these amongst all these different nations. When the nations was split, right? Certain angels was actually given a people to actually be over to help that nation ascend, not actually put that nation in a place where they're actually being oppressed. So
Right.
therefore, to come in the divine council, I'll watch it, but come in and to actually talk to the angels and tell them that they wasn't doing a great job. You can die like men if you're not going to come in and do that. We call that the divine council. It wasn't a conversation with
So
men. It was
so
David actually, listen, brother, I'm talking. It was David referring to a conversation amongst God with the angels for what they were not doing.
so now the question I'm gonna ask you is this right here, family. You say you're a God, right?
I say that I am God. I am. I'm not a God,
And
brother. I am.
you are God, right?
No, brother, I am.
So so you're God, right?
I am.
Okay. So
You don't
now,
like how that sounds, huh?
what God are you?
Brother, I am Ross Lane Pinkney. What else you want to know?
No. See, you what you're doing, you playing with words. I'm being
No, brother,
specific.
I'm being truthful.
You say
Yes, don't feel.
you say I am. So
I
that
am.
means you are God, correct?
I'm saying I am simply, brother. I'm just not gonna play into the wordplay you want me to play into.
I'm
I'm
not
simply
playing,
telling you
brother.
I am.
Listen, family. This is ITFTR network. I don't have to play games on my channel.
You're right. And I don't have
I'm
to be here,
asking
brother.
you a specific question. You are a God, correct? Because you quoted that scripture what JC said that he got from the Old Testament, that
Hey,
ye are
brother, guess
God,
what, brother?
right?
Hey, guess what, brother? Guess what? I'm
Brother, you
God,
want to
brother.
answer my question?
That's I just did, brother.
You
I just told you, brother. I just told you I'm God. What else we got?
okay? So now, if you are God, all right.
Thank you.
I need you to ask. I need you to answer. How were you created? What created you?
Brother, nothing created me, brother. I am.
Once again, I'm gonna ask the question again. What created you? This is the point what I be saying when you have people that they say they know. You ask simple questions, it becomes annoying to them because it tears up everything that they talks. My question is, he said JC came through the matrix, but JC was already on the mountain talking to Moses. So JC is supposed to have came
I
and
love you,
gave
brother.
us, supposed to have developed us a higher conscious, right? But now the question is, he said the serpent sat there and spoke truth to Eve. The serpent
Mm.
never spoke truth to Eve. The serpent just simply put some questions down to see exactly how Eve was going to think and how she was going to respond. That ain't truth. That's just simply sitting back watching. That I can say, you know what? If you go across that street, you ain't gonna get hit. I'm not telling you to go across the street. I'm putting it in your position to see what you're going to do and how you're going to respond. That ain't telling the truth. That's just simply to see how you going, what your movement gonna be. See, this is
You
the
have to
problem.
watch.
This
You
is
have
the
to watch how
problem.
you come to. Go
This
ahead,
is the
brother.
problem. This is the
It's your
problem.
show. Go ahead.
If JC, if JC supposed to have came to bring us higher consciousness, he sat there and gave us the Christian doctrine that he had to come like his brethren to be able to give you what you already had. Now I want y'all to pay
How can
attention to this now.
how can I respect someone who says they come
Brother,
to
I'm gonna
free me,
delete you.
save me?
I'm gonna delete you, brother. If you
I
have
mean,
to
brother,
keep interrupting me,
I
brother.
can.
I'm
I'll go
trying
ahead
to
and.
be
I'll,
on the
that's fine, brother.
conversation.
I'll cancel myself out. Thank you.
Okay, shalom. This is the
Shalom.
problem. When you sit here and you hear people tell you that the brother was here, but then he had to transfer himself to be human, to be able to teach you. But he already was teaching you in his form on the mountain. So what would be the purpose if he's already on the mountain in his full form, talking to Moses, giving Moses the laws, led Moses from Egypt all the way to the promised land? But then somehow, generations later, he had to come through the matrix to be able to give you what he already gave you. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. And then he had to die on the cross. See, all these people tell you that they're gods. But you ask them what form you, how you was formed. Well, I formed myself. Show me how that process worked. Because according to science that he used, you was in your daddy's scrotum. And your daddy pushed you from his scrotum into your mother's matrix. So now you created the sperm that you were.
Yeah, well, like when you say that I am, right? When he said that, when you ask what created him, he said that I am. When you ask is he God, he said that I am. You know, that's a reference that the Creator would say to the prophets, I am. You know, because he's the true living God. He lives forever. You know, he was living before time, right? He has no creator. He swears by his own name. So, but if you're saying it as a human, then you really are saying, you really are saying that you are God, that you are the creator, you know, which the creator gave man and woman the ability to procreate. You know, he gave the man sperm, he gave the woman ovaries, he gave the woman a womb to create, right? But that you when it goes back to the garden, they both were still created out of dirt, out of dust, right? He had to actually form them and bring them up and put those abilities in them for them to do that, which means they didn't create themselves. But when you're saying that I am, you're saying that, like what you're saying, you don't need a creator. Like you just can. But that's the JC mentality. Like when he says that he can, that's why the creator loves him, because he can put his life down and take it back up again.
Okay. So a man, we're the energy of the creator. We are the extension of him in this realm, on these planes. And the creator created different extensions of himself within creation. That's why everything has the breath in it. That's the different extension of energy. So if we are the extension of him, that means the part of you that is of him don't die.
Yeah.
It transfers.
Well, all of it transfers, brother.
Correct. But the point is, if you are in your purest form teaching, why would you need to come into an unpure form to teach?
Oh man, you know what I'm saying? I told you, man. JC thing is that's my cousin.
Okay.
That's my kinfolk, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? I mean, like I said, we can't, you know what I'm saying? We don't agree on everything, but you know what I'm saying? That was him. I should have introduced him, but you know what I'm saying? It's all right.
It's okay. I mean, it's okay. It's okay.
You know what? I gotta say, you know how like I can see now that Israel didn't put away a lot of stuff out of Egypt, because I see some when I like the reason why I was able to see certain things he was saying is because I've heard it before. Like the guy young Pharaoh that's lost his mind now, how he taught that we were beings that came from another planet, we came here. everybody who goes into that whole Egypt, like the Egyptologists, right?
What you
Everybody
don't
that goes
realize
into
is
the
them
whole
people are telling the truth.
Mm.
Those people are telling the truth. They are direct descendants of the Anunnaki. They're not lying to you.
oh, oh snap. That's funny that you said that, Brother Marcus. I know people who actually think
They're
that they are
but
descendants
they
of the
are
Anunnaki.
everything is going to go back to the way it was.
And that's a very true statement.
Everything is going back to the way it was. It doesn't, some of those people are not lying to you as to who they are. We just
Mm.
want to look at everybody and make them all Hebrew. That
No,
ain't the
no,
Mm.
no,
case.
no, no, no. Yeah, everybody ain't no Hebrew.
And that's
No,
the, and they're telling you who they are. Some of them are
I
the
am.
Egyptians. They're
correct.
But
serving their God.
what
They
about
want you to
JC?
So
do it.
I just want to clear my name and say I was only answering questions the best I could. But to say Jesus, I don't like the name either because it's not his name.
Oh no,
I'm
no.
pretty sure you guys agree with that.
Yeah, brother Marcus say that you his cousin, and all praises for you to come up. You know,
Hmm.
all praise for you to come up. I mean, we just hearing your perspective, and we're going to
Mm.
push back on parts that we're going to question the points that
So,
we're going to
but
question
I do
on.
want to I do want to give a small explanation if I can,
Yeah,
and it's
you
not
I
just for us
give
on the
you for
line;
that, and
it's
I'm gonna go
also
ahead and
for your
finish.
audience as well.
Yeah, go ahead and make your point, and then I'm gonna go ahead on to finish up what we gonna finish out tonight. But go ahead, you got the
Okay,
flow.
thank you. All
But
right,
don't be a
so
eulogy. Don't have a eulogy. Don't have a eulogy.
Y'all crazy.
yes, sir. All
Go ahead,
right, so what
Father.
I'm simply saying is Hebrew Israelite doctrine. I agree with a lot of it, but I'm not going to stand to have a bias because I don't want to be a part of anything, but more so observe truth because I don't know anything. I'm learning to remember, but that's my walk, not anybody else's. But at the end of the day, Jesus, I'm not sure what name you guys call, but if I had to put a name, I would say Yeshua. If I had to put a name on God, the Father, to be correct, I would say Hayah. That's it, brother.
Okay, all praises. Um, all praises. I mean, I appreciate you coming up on the platform and expressing your point of view. And okay, all praises. I mean, I hate what you're saying, and I get what
It's
you're
all
saying.
good.
And
But if we now, I will say this, Moray.
mhm.
We want to always actually blame something on the devil, but if the Most High actually created both sides, is the devil
Yep.
really within us? And you know what I'm saying? You know
Mm.
what I'm saying? We making self decisions that are actually detrimental to our goddamn motherfucking. You know what I'm saying? It's not really, you know what I'm saying, something outside of us. It's us within fighting against ourselves.
Yes, sir. This is all a reflection.
I mean,
Yes,
you know
sir.
what I'm saying? I mean,
If
look,
I when I say,
we're making
go ahead,
conscious
brother.
decisions to actually do wrong.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know what I'm saying?
practicing.
It's not like, you know what I'm saying, somebody's forcing me. No, I'm
Hmm.
not saying I believe in Jesus. I don't. But
But I do believe in
to say that
morality.
there's an outside force that's actually, you know what I'm saying, causing us to actually, you know what I'm saying, do wrong, that's to say you don't have control of yourself. And the Most High gave us
Ah,
control.
I I love that.
Now, I will go that far to say, you know what I'm saying, now, I don't believe in Jesus, but I don't necessarily believe in this whole devil thing either. I do believe in
Exactly.
evil.
The devil
I
is
do
not
believe
actually
in
a
evil,
physical
but
being.
I'm starting to
It's a
not
frequency.
necessarily believe that there's so much of a being as much as
Mm.
it is, you know what I'm saying, within us to actually do right. Now there's something
Mm.
that actually is out there that's actually, you know what I'm saying, that actually made a decision that, you know what I'm saying, that he's against mankind, that angel.
That-
But that's an angel that the Most High created, and he's been banished. He ain't changed, you know what I'm saying, his form. He just actually been banished to this earth. Now, if you want to
mm.
call him the devil, I ain't got no problems with it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, he ain't actually got control of us. We're still in control of him. We just ain't figured out how to exercise our control over him.
Or maybe exercising that control could just be a change in perspective.
You know what I'm
How we
saying?
see it, we can
However you
manifest it a
want
certain way.
you talk from a level of consciousness, and I get it. You know
Sorry,
what I'm
brother.
saying? I do. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of this is our reality, and our reality says, you know what I'm saying, we done fucked up in a lot of damn different ways, and it's our fault. And
But
that's,
how do
you
we
know what
fix
I'm
it?
saying, and that's just, you know what I'm saying, that's just the damn truth
We
of it.
we
Because see,
my thing is, one thing I've noticed in a lot of religions, they give a lot of knowledge, some good, some bad, a lot of fear, no solutions,
Well, what
and
is
everybody
sin?
stay in the Bible
and see that now
and never
that's the
actually sell.
and that's the difference in this. See, that's the difference in this Hebrew Israelite walk. This walk right here has solutions. It's in the book.
Mm-hmm.
The brother teaches it. You know what I'm saying? You got to
But
go
there's a
get
lot
your
of
house.
people.
You got to go get your house right. See, we want to actually go and get an
Mm,
effective change out there in this world. But the fact of the matter is, if you actually go and control your house, I guarantee you it will motherfucking explode out into the world. But see, the fact of the matter
mhm.
is, men haven't actually learned to control their house, and that's where the fucking
because
problem is.
because they haven't learned to actually will the light that's already within them to shine to everyone else, to show them that it's possible.
Let me ask you a question. What is sin?
See, a transgression of the law.
Okay.
Transgression.
And
See, that's the thing. I can't hold by those transgressions. I mean, those convictions. Sorry.
that's
Uh,
fine.
that's fine. I get
So
it.
when you say sin, that can go to many different directions in many different beings, unless you're more
okay,
specific.
okay, then I'll put it on the layman's term then.
Thank you.
What causes
I'll take the
what
limit.
causes what causes you to separate from the actual let me put it in your perspective then. What causes you to separate from the energy that created you?
I haven't. I
You have
actually
it?
I'm just listen. What I'm simply saying is, in my journey, I'm really just finding it. I've seeked the kingdom, and it's what was in me the whole time. She's supposed to.
No,
Let
no,
me
no,
come
no,
off
no,
that.
no, no,
My
no, no,
bad.
no, no,
I
no,
forgot.
no,
That's
no.
a stain.
So you
Apologize
telling
for
me
that.
so no. So you telling me that if you so there's nothing that the energy is just in you and you just go through you follow Jesus and if let's say for instance you do something that goes against the nature of that energy still
Mm.
stays with you,
No, you can cleanse it. It's
huh?
just a change of thought. It's a change of thought.
Oh,
You can make it
so
right.
no no
Now
no no
see,
no no
now
no.
see, now see. I disagree right here, and the reason why is because if that's the case, then there was no point in this life.
Exactly.
There's no point in this life. You know what I'm
So
saying?
so so ask me the question again. Maybe I missed something.
If you let me put it back in your let me
Is
put it
there a
back.
way to is there a way to lose that energy and disconnect yourself from it? Okay, in layman's terms, if you actually go out of bounds of nature, can you stay within that energy?
Sure.
How?
It's just a matter of perspective. Change the channel.
Oh no, because watch this. Watch
Wait a
this.
minute. Wait a minute.
No, hold on, Marcus. Hold on, Marcus. Hold on, Marcus. Hold on, Marcus. Hold on. Because
I'm
energy,
speaking. I'm speaking in a way that's going before. I don't
that's
think you're.
fine.
You haven't come to
Energy.
this point yet, bro. So that's why I have to back off.
Okay, that's fine. But
No, no,
energy
no.
has a pattern in how it flows. You agree or you disagree?
Energy can be transmuted from the inside.
No,
I can
see,
turn the negative into a positive.
you're not answering my question.
I
Energy
just
No.
did.
has a
See
certain
that? Okay.
pattern in how it flows. You agree or you disagree?
Brother, you want me to give you an answer on one biased track?
How's
I
that?
am. I look
Everybody
at all
talking about
possibilities when I speak.
specific questions. People keep talking about my questions are biased. How is my specific questions are biased?
I got one way. Okay, you say you can you can transfer a positive to negative. Okay,
Yeah.
if I take a
If you
gun
give, I
and
can give you
shoot,
an example, bro.
No, I got you. If I take a gun and shoot somebody, that's pretty much
Mm.
negative. Now, how you flip it around and make it a positive?
So when you speak of energy, now you're actually taking energy and putting it into action.
And that's what I'm
That commits
saying.
the sin. Is that's the question?
If my actions take me out of balance with nature, killing a man,
Yeah,
how
but
can I
that wasn't
still stay
disclosed, and
connected?
that's not how I heard it though. I heard it where we were just talking about energy, and I apologize. So maybe
My
you got to
question,
put it in layman terms for me,
Okay, yeah,
because
that's
at
what
the
I'm
end of the day,
my
when
saying.
we talk about
my
energy,
question
Is
was
there a
I'm
way
simply
not
to
looking
this.
at the energy
disconnect?
being
Is there a way to
being put out
disconnect
outward.
yourself from that vibration that higher self that you're actually ascending to? Is there a way while you're connected to do something that actually disconnects you from that higher self? You know what I'm saying? To
Hmm.
cause you to fall, because that's what
Yes,
happened to Adam and Eve. That's exactly what
yes.
happened to Adam and Eve.
So I got a question. Have you guys ever heard of the Schumann resonance?
What's that again?
The Schumann resonance.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, that gives the heartbeat frequency of
To
the
the earth.
earth,
That's the heartbeat
right?
of the earth. I get it. Yes, yes. I'm
To
familiar.
show
Go
you
for it.
You
has the
about to
same
trap you. You about to
electromagnetic
trap
field as
yourself.
we
You
do
about to
individually.
trap. You about to trap yourself on my question because go ahead, go
My
ahead.
bad, brother. I was
Because
going off. So
my question is
I'll
this.
go back.
I mean, no. Just hold your point, and I'm gonna ask my question, and I'm gonna let you go ahead and say what you're gonna say. My question is: do energy flows in a certain pattern? Go ahead, brother. Make your point.
It can.
It
Actually,
does. It
yes.
does, brother.
That's a solid answer. Yes.
It does
That's
flow in
what
the
forms life, correct? That energy has to flow in a certain pattern in order to produce life, correct?
No. It can take
Oh,
on any pattern. You
not to
speaking of
produce
just
life.
taking on one solid
not
pattern.
to
There's many
produce, not to
frequencies that
produce life,
contribute to life.
family.
Not to produce life. We didn't we didn't say for it to actually, you know what I'm saying, be able to transfer. We said to produce life. You know what I'm saying? There's only
No, I'm
one
not.
pattern that energy works in
That's what
that
I was
actually.
answering to.
Oh, okay.
I was
Yeah,
answering to
okay.
produce. There's many different frequencies that contribute to life. And not just one. And they all have different patterns. It's not just one that does it.
I,
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
not asking to
Here,
call out the patterns.
here,
Only thing I asked was, do energy have a particular pattern it flows?
Mm. Yes.
Okay, and that pattern is what produces life. Rather, if it's for a rabbit or a snake don't have the
Hmm.
same frequency as a rabbit. You agree or you
Hmm.
disagree?
No, brother, I agree.
Okay, so everything, and it goes back to my point. The breath of the energy
Mm.
of the creator is in all the creation of itself.
I
But
said,
each thing has a frequency of itself. The trees blows off the air that we must breathe, and we breathe back out what the trees must breathe. That's different
everything's
energies
interconnected.
transferring itself, correct?
Yes.
absolutely.
Now watch this. If that is the case, watch this. Let's just take the human, which is called pneumonia. Pneumonia is the actual breath that comes in and out the nostrils. You familiar with that, right?
No, I'm listening.
Do that word, I may have pronounced that wrong. Do that air flows into a circular motion. When it comes out, it goes back in into a circular motion. Do you agree? You disagree?
I can't catch the image in my head.
Huh?
I can't understand you.
The air, the breath that we breathe, does it, when it comes in and out of our nostrils or in and out of our mouth,
Is it a
does it
pattern?
goes
Yes, it's a
does it
pattern.
goes into a certain pattern? It goes out, then comes back in, goes out, then comes back in. Are you familiar with that pattern?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it flows in a circular motion, meaning it has a pattern it flows in, right?
I'm rolling with you.
Okay, so now let's take a person who has a heart attack. That means that breath or stroke, that breath has been altered, correct?
Has to be.
I can't give an answer.
Oh, come on, brother. Come on, brother. You got to work with me, brother. You want to talk this energy talk? I can get down with the energy. I done studied it all. I got books all across the board. So I mean, come on, if we're gonna talk energy, let's talk energy, brother.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna speak from the perspective of ego. If I
Okay,
don't know, brother, I
yeah,
don't
you
know.
call it ego if you want it, but since you got anything else?
I'm just listening. I
Okay.
mean, I'm when it comes to the JC thing, I just want to be clear. The reason why we say JC is because that's one of the laws. Like, you don't mention other God's names out your mouth. That's why I always ask who is JC to other people, because I need to know how are they portraying him. Is he a God? Is
Is
he's
there a way
being
to
to
put
me
down?
being
Is there a way to put down religion and still uphold the word? That way we don't look at all these gods and with that surface stuff, put that to the side and just focus on what God has to say.
I mean, I have
It's a
to, we
question.
can do that,
I know in the
but
spirit.
I mean, I guess we can do that, but still, for me personally, for me to be on the safe side, because I am with trying to stay in tune with the law. That's why I say JC, because again, I have to be very careful out of not mentioning other God's names out of my mouth. And on top of
So
that,
do
when
you?
we say the creator, we say the creator because I wasn't around back then. And like you said, it has been a lot of infiltration. I don't exactly know what the creator's name was, but I know that he's
So
the creator of all things.
I don't want to say something that's gonna offend you, but I do ask if you allow me to speak freely on this. It's just my opinion, nothing factual, and it's not even my opinion. It's actually more of a question. Is it okay, sir, man?
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Okay, cool. Um, it's more of a question of reflection, right? Because I had to ask myself this at one point in time. Do I want to be on the safe side of things of God, just in case I die, I'm still saved? But how can God actually truly respect that when I actually did it based on fear? Because I didn't want to die and go to hell. But rather than worshiping God in purity and love without fear of going to hell. However
Now,
that may be.
what
That's
is
a question.
hell? What
I was
is
just gonna
hell?
say I don't believe in hell, so
Yeah, I
I ain't
don't.
even got to worry about that. I ain't got to worry about none
So
of that. You know what I'm
I
saying?
No,
You
only
no,
can
no,
brought
no,
up
ask
no,
me
no.
all the
hell.
questions, but I ain't
I
got to
just
worry
say,
about that. That ain't got nothing to do with it.
Hold on.
I only brought up hell because I speak. I'm pretty much. I'm sorry, guys. I know it's us on the phone, but I'm also speaking for your future audience that come because some of them might actually believe in Jesus. Some of them might
That's
actually
okay.
believe
They
in
can
certain
come and
things.
believe in Jesus, but if they stay on the channel, they not going to believe in Jesus after we get finished with it.
I got you, brother. But we should also be maybe, as a suggestion, maybe we just be a little soft with them, ease them in,
what?
not to be so hard because you'll run some of them off.
That's okay.
That's not. And I'm
This
not saying that to offend.
this walk ain't for the weak. Go ahead, sis. What you got?
Yeah, we supposed to tear down those graven images, but here's the thing, right? Because there's only going to be a remnant when the day of vengeance come, the year of visitation. Like when you talk about the new heavens and the new earth, when the Creator sends that catastrophic event,
Two
right?
worlds,
And he kills off a lot of people for their wickedness, right? And there's a remnant left,
two separate worlds.
right? There's a remnant left. So, and I believe that's physical. But again, the beginning of wisdom is the fear of the Creator. That's why me
It's all
personally,
physical. All
I
of
would
it's
suggest
physical.
anybody to tread lightly and be fearful of the Creator. That's showing wisdom. You care about how he feels. You want to find grace in his eyes, right? That's what gives life. That's what, brings about. He put before you the blessings and the curse. Either you're gonna
If a
take the
person fed,
information of the serpent and
if a,
you're gonna choose death, or you're gonna keep his way and choose life. So when it goes back
I
to
rather.
Adam, and it goes back to the garden, right? Let me just say, when it goes back to the garden, maybe he did not lie. Okay, if you want to say he didn't lie, let's put it on the table. Say he didn't lie. Okay, if he didn't lie, cool. But like I said, if you read Torah, the Creator puts before you life and death, the blessings or the curse. Life was what the
Okay.
Creator had gave Adam and Eve initially, right? When the serpent presented his information and put it on the table, then came death. So,
That death has a
what's
different
really a
definition
blessing?
because you can clearly see Adam and Eve still live. That death came only because they was not received to continue to eat the fruit, to complete their transformation. So their full genes and everything with their body can actually fully move on eternal. Therefore, it's locked out from that. So that's why God hid it from them, because they would surely die now without it, even though they have knowledge to be like the God,
But
but they would
okay,
die.
but you got anything else, sis? Because I want to say something
Yeah,
real
so
quick.
I got a question. So do you
Is
believe
Brother
or not
Marcus you still
believe
on?
that?
No, I was about to say because after you, I'm gonna give it to Brother Marcus. Go ahead, sis.
I was gonna say, do you believe or not believe that we are in the fallen state as men? Or do you believe that's all? Of course I believe we
I
can
do.
get out of that fallen state. I believe that's in our power, right? We have the
I do.
power to bring ourselves out of it, right? But so
But
we're in the
hear what
fallen
you're
state.
saying,
So
though,
how do
sis.
we get there?
You're answering your own question, and I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you on that. What you said. The questions
But who
alone
got us?
forces a person to think, right? So now, therefore, if I am to change something, it has to start from the inside first. Is that not true?
Yeah,
Meaning the inside of you to change
right.
your own,
Change our
not for everybody else, but your you.
right.
I serve myself, and
Oh,
myself is to do best and serve everyone else. Not in the way that some people have in their mind of defining what I just said, because that's surface, a little deeper. I'm
no,
talking about compassion.
it
I'm talking
doesn't matter
about
how you
peace.
put it.
I'm talking about love, the highest frequency that God gives. Give that to everybody. That's how we change it.
Okay,
Treat your
so
neighbor as you would treat yourself. But my bad, we don't do
all right,
Jesus, right?
you good, you good, you good,
Gotcha.
Brother Marcus. What else? You got
But
anything else you want, Brother Marcus?
That was interesting. All that is actually, you know what I'm saying. We gonna sit down and actually do chop it up some more. Uh, no, I don't have anything. I'm absolutely, you know what I'm saying. Good lesson. Good lesson.
I agree.
I
I
I,
actually
I
love
don't
talking
think
to
I don't think
everybody.
he was
I would
ready
just
for
say
that
this.
energy talk. Go ahead, sis.
I would say this. I would love my neighbor as I love myself as long as I feel like my neighbor walks in accordance to the Creator's ways. If I don't feel like my
Mhm.
neighbor walks in accordance to the Creator's ways, I would hate my neighbor with a perfect hatred. Because that's
And
also
then
Torah.
you can never ascend if you hate.
Well,
The creator
God
hates.
created earth for man to dwell. So I'm cool here on earth. As long as I'm not written in the earth. As long as he wakes me up every
I mean,
day, that's
sister, don't get me wrong. If I stayed on the Hebrew Israelite doctrine or the Bible doctrine in a sense, let me not touch that because that's going to go to the Jesus Avenue. I'm gonna cut that part. But I will say this though, sister, I implore you, everybody here, and anyone who's actually listening, be true to your best self. Be true to yourself. Stop compromising who you want to be or who you know you are. That's how we do good, by doing good to ourselves. Therefore, the Matrix, Neo walked into the Oracle's house. He looked at the little kids on the floor. They was in their purest. One little girl bending the spoon. That's how you do that. It's not the spoon that she was bending. She realized that everything is her. The whole story is her. So she bent herself from the inside and it reflected on the outside. Spoon never bent, but yet it bent. I apologize if that went over.
No,
You got to change from the
That's
inside.
what a
You know, the only
Devin.
problem I have, the only problem I have with is people like to say the Hebrew Israelite thing, but for some reason, this Hebrew Israelite thing, everybody took a part in, and nobody told us about it. We had to go and find out. But it's just a Hebrew
And it's part of your
Israelite
journey.
thing.
It's all a part of the journey.
Everybody took a part in it, but you know what I'm saying. Nobody about to tell us. But it's just a Hebrew Israelite thing. It's amazing to me.
There's a
It's just
frequency in which we call Satan. And that frequency is also go by other names. We don't look at the devil as a physical or a spiritual entity in a sense, but more or less a frequency of, in comparison to a pH level. That which is below is acidic. That which is above is alkaline. So therefore, right below that zero, that's Satan. But if I raise my frequency, nothing dealing with Satan frequency that's low cannot actually dwell in a body that's vibrating high. So we got to change our food, keep the demons out. They're all parasites. Not what you think. I digress.
Okay, so pretty much what you was just talking about you was just quoting the Algonquin ritual. I am the land, and the land is I. I am the sun is I. I am the trees is I. I am the wind is I. I am all
I think I
elements.
understand.
I am
You
all
use a different
elements, and
term.
all elements are
I never
me.
heard that term before.
Yeah.
So yes, I'm saying what you're saying. The law of one.
Yes.
Everything goes back to everything goes back to God.
Yes. So pretty much what that is Canaanite.
That's
That's
Algonquin
Canaanite.
was that well mixed with the little Esau.
Who is Esau?
So
Esau, that's all that is. Just everything that's been off of. Okay.
And this is why
That's why I say. That's why I say Israelite thing, not to talk down on Israelites. Because if I had to put myself in perspective, I would say maybe my family come from that of the ancients versus the Israelites. Because both of them mentioned.
I mean, the thing is this
but
right
nobody
here.
touched on the ancients.
Right, but it's like this right here. If we go back to the beginning,
before the Israelites,
right before the Israelites, the law
I don't even like to go back to the beginning. I just want to go back to the part where the Declaration of Independence was signed and the Algonquins and the Iroquois were there, and they actually, signed over this country. I want to talk about that right there. That is called history. I don't want to hear anything else because we don't have to go too far back to actually know that went on.
Right, but the thing is this here, is that before the Israelites, way before that, at the beginning, if you read, the law was given to the earth.
Law of nature.
Huh?
Law of nature.
Right. It was given to the earth. And the garden was what's called a rampart. It was an enclosure. I agree with the brother on that. It was an enclosure, a rampart. It was like a fort. Mm-hmm. So if we pay attention to the whole scenario of this whole thing, is that everything on this earth is one. It operates within itself, according to itself, for itself. Okay, but it operates according to the purpose of itself. So a snake is not going to act like a dog, and the dog is not going to act like a cat. And even humans, Caucasians is not going to act like a Negro, and a Negro ain't going to act like a China. So there's different frequencies of energy that's moving within this one matrix, what we call the planes of Earth. So, but at the same time, each energy that's operating on these planes is operating for the satisfaction and for the praise of the actual creator that created it. It doesn't operate for itself. It operates according to the one who created it. So now, when you talked about hell is actual. It's in the book of Isaiah, the 5th chapter. Hell enlarges itself every day. It is due to the fact of our ignorance of what we don't understand. Now, you talk about the energy. Now, when I brought the energy up, and I was just talking about the simple operation of the energy that flows within our body. That goes back to Ecclesiastes when it talks about the wind that moves from the north to the south or the east to the west. One of them, it operates the same way. That wind moves it moves into a circular motion. The same way as the movement of water, it moves into a circular motion. Everything moves in a circular motion.
Fibonacci. Fibonacci. Everything has a curve.
Right. So
that's the pattern.
But here's my point. This is my point, and I'm gonna close out. I'm gonna give each one of y'all the last words. But this is my point. When we give something greater praise than the one who deserved the praise, is how we lose and we come outside of that energy. We can psych ourselves thinking that we are operating in that energy, and we are not. You say you got the energy in you. You do, because the energy was given to you as well as it was given to me. But here's the problem. Here's the point, and here's the problem. Just because something was given to you doesn't mean and doesn't necessarily say that you're operating in it correctly. Because if you don't know the flow pattern and how that energy operates, then you're not operating in it correctly. That's the reason why in science they have to have it down to the T. When a person catch a heart attack, they have to have a defibrillator. That defibrillator has to be set on a certain energy tone in order to. That's right. So everything has to operate according to the frequency tone it was set in. If it don't, if it operates outside of that tone, you're not operating according to that energy that was created in you. You're operating now in sin. You could slice it, you could dice it, you could cut it how you want to choose to cut it. But if you're not operating according to the energy that was the frequency that was set in your spirit, you're operating in sin.
I agree with you. That's why I said we sin in different ways. I said pretty much what you said, but in my own way, I said be true to yourself, your own energy.
Right, but but I'm gonna be true to myself. How?
Whatever resonates to you. If it doesn't resonate to you, irritate you, brother, you asked me a question.
Okay,
I'm trying to get your answer.
But you say what resonates to you. That's your answer.
No, you cut me off.
That doesn't.
I got you. You one of those talkers?
No.
Gotcha.
So wait. So how do you be true to yourself then? I'm gonna put it like that. How do you be true to yourself?
Brother, you gonna have to rewind the tape for that one, bro. You cut me off.
I'm asking you now. How do you be true to yourself?
I'm sorry, brother. I lost the question.
Okay, Brother Marcus, you got last words. Okay, Sister Latoya, you got last words. We closing out.
All praise to the Creator for another Sabbath. Like, I hope everybody, for how you celebrate your Sabbath, make sure you think about, your inner conscience, but how you can become more in line with the Creator and His ways. That's mentioned in Exodus 20, 21, 22, 23, etc. The laws, commandments.
I resonate with that. That's true. You see how that works, bro? I resonated with that. I found that true for me.
But brother, I'm giving people the last words, man. You keep talking. You gotta let the people talk, right?
Love y'all, man.
Okay, all praises. We closing on now. This is Maury Yacob and ITFTR Network. We thank Brother Marcus Wilson. We thank Brother Ross Pinckney. We thank Sister Latoya G for coming up on the panel and everybody else that was in the chat. Brother Ross, you're more than welcome to come back if you choose to, and we can chop it up some more. But go ahead.
I'm sorry, say it again.
Nah, just say, but as for tonight, we're going to go ahead on the close out. I appreciate your conversation. Been very light. Been very light. And it been very lit. And I appreciate your conversation. And some things I agree with, some things I don't. And
that's why it makes it so wonderful.
Right, and I see where you're coming from. I've been there. I understood that, but that part is not for me. That's not my people. That's not my culture. But we'll chop it up another time. We'll chop it up another time. And but everybody else, I thank each one of you for coming in. Make sure you understand what the Sabbath is. 6 days you work on yourself, and on the 7th you're supposed to come and celebrate the progress of what you have made back towards the rest where the Creator is. So until then, this is Maury Yaakov at ITFTR Network. Thank you each for joining me. Make sure y'all press that like button as y'all come in or you leave it out, and you share the podcast tonight. It was a pretty good one. So until then, shalom, shalom, family. Peace.